The decision to throw in the towel that was made in the corner, was that something that was discussed? Did Mark just throw it? I kind of wanted to know about that decision to end the fight. And I'll let you guys go.
Check. Mark threw the towel. I didn't think he should have. Deontay's the kind of guy that's a go out on his shield kind of guy, and he will tell you straight up, don't throw this.
Hi, this is Michael Buffer, and you're listening to the voice of the people. Let's get ready for Boxing Voice.
Hey, Daddy, this is dollar beat.
BoxingVoice.com. No matter what nobody say, man, Spirit, can't nobody fuck with me, man. You know, I can't be fucked with, you know.
Dollar D Beyonce Productions.
Whether you pay to see me win, or you pay to see me lose, you're gonna pay. Fuck it, the kids still gotta eat. I don't have to watch, any footage of a fighter. I mean, because I'm Floyd Mayweather, everybody gotta watch me. I knew eventually I was gonna have to fight Oscar Nova. I feel like he was straight up and down, no special effects. BoxingVoice.com. How can Canelo have the biggest deal? Your deal is for $300 million, and I made $350 million just in one fight. And you're fighting on the app. BoxingVoice.com. I'm a king, okay? I eat a feast. Every time I eat a feast. And when I get up from the table, I don't give a fuck who get the leftovers. At the end of the day, follow my green print.
Dollar D Beyonce Productions.
BoxingVoice.com.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to a 3-peat on a Sunday. We are back to discuss the biggest news in boxing. Tyson Fury TKOs Deontay Wilder in 7. Will he go for a unification where there'll be a rematch? Will Deontay Wilder exercise his rematch clause? Will Wilder decide to take a tune-up? Will Fury decide, now that I've done everything, I've gotten each title, would he retire? Does Deontay contemplate retirement after such a brutal loss? We have so much to discuss. ESPN, Fox pay-per-view, heavyweight WBC title fight, Ring Magazine belt, the lineal belt, Tyson Fury comes across the pond to the USA and stops Deontay Wilder. In the co-main event, Charles Martin stops Gerald Washington in 12. We got Emanuel Navarrete also getting a stoppage of Santisima. So we had a lot of stoppages last night, a lot of action, and zero controversy. Just some good old-fashioned boxing, man. So, we are here to discuss everything that is yesterday's co-broadcasted pay-per-view. We want to know your pay-per-view predictions. What do you think it did? We want to know your opinion. What should Fury do next? Eddie Hearn is suggesting going straight into a unification. Should Fury do unification? Should Wilder exercise that rematch clause? Should he instead get a tune-up before the rematch? Will Fury, with all his antics, retire? So much to talk about, but let's get into it, man. In an unprecedented event, historical event, ESPN and Fox came together to co-broadcast this very big pay-per-view. Deontay Wilder was attempting to defend his WBC green coveted belt, while the Ring Magazine was put on the line because this was respectively the number 1 and number 2 in the division. Tyson Fury came into this fight with his lineal title. And from the opening bell, you could tell that there was a huge size difference between Wilder and Tyson Fury, the Gypsy King. The Gypsy King decided to put on some pounds as part of his strategy, and it really looked to help him. He was definitely picking up, some steam and gaining momentum, letting his hands go, really fighting off that front foot and forcing Wilder to fight on the back foot, something that we don't really see him do much of. And, man, it was just an exciting fight. I mean, Fury scored multiple knockdowns. One of those knockdowns was with a body shot. I believe it was Wilder's balance definitely off, trying to pull out of danger, and caught a nice left to the body, and down went Wilder. Listen, man, huge slice of humble pie for myself and many. Lesson learned. I guess lesson taught. Let's see, will the lesson be learned now moving forward? Only the fighters can make the necessary adjustments. And that was a running phrase in the build up to this fight, and whether or not Tyson Fury had nervous energy. And now, in retrospect, after the win, it's looking like everyone is giving Fury plenty of credit for changing trainers, for making adjustments, for doing whatever was necessary to ensure that he gets the win. So you just never know how these things are going to work out, man. You could believe that you're doing everything and checking all the boxes, and then all of a sudden, you end up in a situation where you have to exercise a rematch clause, and you only have 30 days to do that. Those are the facts. Wilder has 30 days to decide whether or not he's going to exercise that rematch clause, invoking a trilogy with the Gypsy King, Tyson Fury. Now, I believe that he will. I think that the money is just too big. Joshua showed us that. I know that my energy was for Joshua to take a tune-up and rebuild. And part of the reason that I felt that that should have been the route for Joshua is because I believe he could, because I know that the people stand with him in the United Kingdom, and he could have fought Chisora and Allen and sold out the O2 or some other sort of stadium arenas. For Wilder, it's slightly different. And I don't know, are the public going to, receive him, back him in his comeback trail? So he might have to take the tough route and go right back into the Lion's Den and face Tyson Fury a third and final time to try and, correct the wrong, try and put order back to what was his heavyweight fairy tale. He was on his 10th consecutive defense, and this would have been his 11th. And now that has been nipped in the bud for sure. So, a lot to think about and a lot to digest for Team Wilder moving forward. In the next coming days or weeks, I'm sure we'll hear some information as to whether or not he's going to act out. Whether or not he's going to act out on that rematch clause. But nonetheless, I think that there was been a lot of awareness put on the sport after yesterday's event. But let me get on out to my co-host, just joined us in Indiana. We're going out to Michael Gross, the boss.
I speak it, believe it, receive it. Speak it, believe it, receive it. Speak it, believe it, receive it. I can't say it enough. I speak it, believe it.
Windows camp, 2 attempts, handed bands over. Sicko hit, shot and missed, 2 to stand over. Breadwinner, huh? Look who in the building. Let me check my Instagram. I might be at 1 million. And I'm in.
BoxingVoice.com.
Yo, what up? And shout out to everybody out there in the TPV universe. Back with another one, man. Hey, we had a little adversity last night. Somebody had some adversity, man. Big ups to Tyson Fury with the impressive victory over Deontay Wilder. But hey, man, this is what sports is all about, man. Nobody in sports go undefeated, you know what I'm saying, unless, you're Floyd Mayweather. But other than that, man, this is why we watch the fight, and this is why they play the game. We know nothing, man. Like, we can sit back and be analysts all we want to, but sometimes, man, fights play out and games play out how they must. What's going on, this?
Depressed, man. Depressed, let down, sad, broken. All the things that the UK followers want me to be, man. Nah, bro. Actually, I'm still in a bit of a shock though. I'll be honest, man. You know, watching it's like the internet's undefeated. So you know, no matter how much you want to forget, boy, the internet doesn't let you. You know, there's memes everywhere. There's so much out there that they're just not going to allow you to forget what took place and what's going on at the moment. But yeah, man. I mean, overall, good fight. He tried. He wasn't successful. Fury becomes a bit of a psychic, man. So it's crazy. This story. This is the ending, or is the trilogy the ending? These two men that had Twitter feuds for one another for so many years, man, dating back so many years. And we finally got our outcome. And, Fury always said he would do what he did, and he did it. And it's just hard to swallow, because when you think about it, it's like, damn, he was bold as hell. I mean, he told them the game plan. You figure, why didn't he let cameras into sparring if he was going to tell them what he was going to do anyway? So, yeah, man, I mean, I'm impressed by Fury, and I'm excited to see how Wilder bounces back. Does he bounce back? As the title suggests, is it a unification? Will there be a rematch? Will Wilder take a tune-up? Will Fury retire on this high? Will Wilder retire? After saying, 6 years, 5.5 years after this loss, does he still want to continue? So many things to think about, and the clock is ticking, man. I'm sure we're going to start to get headline after headline in the next coming days.
Yeah, man. I don't know about down or broken or depressed, man. It's a part of sports, dog. Like, everybody's not going to go in there and win every single match. I've seen it too much in sports. And I know you only watch boxing, so maybe you ain't seen it that much. But the greatest of all time, Jordan, ain't win every game. He ain't make it to the finals every year. Kobe didn't either, you know what I'm saying? My favorite football player, Michael Vick, he never won a championship. Nor did Randy Moss. So it's not the end of the world, but this is what I'm happy about, though, bro. Sometimes, man, and in sports, you need to be humble. Like you gotta be humble sometimes. And maybe Wilder was last night. Maybe he goes back to the drawing board and goes back to his guys, and they improve upon the game plan, because either one or two things is gonna happen. You're gonna still believe that you got that power, and something else went wrong in camp, and you try to put it on that, or you gonna look at yourself in the mirror like, God damn. Maybe I did. I wasn't doing all I can. Maybe I do need to start listening to more people, or bringing some different minds in and sharpen up my tools and get better. Because I think, man, with Wilder, bro, I think he's gonna come back. He's not retiring. He's not gonna do no tune up. He's gonna go back out and get the guy that gave him that loss last night. I don't foresee him saying no to the rematch. So I'm ready, and I'm ready to see how the big guy bounces back, man. I got all the faith in the world in him that he's gonna be able to come back and do exactly what Joshua was able to do, come back and get the victory.
So I'm assuming for you it's rematch and not unification.
Absolutely.
How soon are you expecting to hear that they've officially accepted the rematch? I know there was some mention of it at the post-fight, but
Shelly told us on the show when we had him on. Losers get 30 days. 30 days to do the rematch. Look, man, I'm expecting, if they say 30 days from now, maybe you do it in July. You know what I'm saying? That'll be a good June, July, good target date for it. Give Wilder time to heal back from the eardrum and busted lip and things like that. So he'll be back in the gym, ready to go. So yeah, man, you can do it about July time.
Now, someone suggested not taking the rematch because of the schedule, right? You figure you had Luis Ortiz in November, or was that Dominic Brazil, right? You had Luis Ortiz in November, and now you got Fury in February, which was already considered a quick turnaround. Now you're going to turn back around in, July, which is 90 to 120 days, depending on what exact date they choose. It would be a tough schedule because, he didn't take any easy fights in between. These are all tough fights. And you can even factor in the Dominic Brazil. I think that happened in August, He's been quite busy. I don't know, man. Is no tune-up in between the right thing, especially with the type of schedule he's had?
Yeah, he ain't be busy at all. The Brazil fight lasted 1 round. Okay, on past that. Ortiz ended with 1 punch. He really didn't break a whole lot of energy or have a whole lot of worries in that fight. Ortiz was boxing, so he knocked him out in 7 rounds. So that's another fight that I didn't see anything, that I was like, oh, he might need time off. Fury fight, yeah, he definitely gonna need some time off. He definitely gonna need about a month off, maybe a month and a half. Get his body back right, get his mind back right, and get back to it, man. If you feel like that, then maybe you do take some fights in between. But I just don't think Wilder's gonna be the guy that says he needs a rematch, or that says he needs to take a interim fight. Even though he gave AJ that advice, told AJ he should maybe take some fights in between. But I don't see Wilder doing that.
And when you say you don't see Wilder doing that, like where's that come from? Like, why don't you see him doing it?
Just the way he talks about himself, just the way he presents himself to the people. He's a warrior. He's a fighter, and maybe I just sound crazy, but it's just a South thing, man. Like you don't take no ass whooping like that, man, and go about your business. And go another path. No, I don't see Wilder doing that at all.
I mean, man, you're making it about pride and ego when it should be about
the same thing I made about AJ. Same exact way. I'm consistent all the way around.
No, I know. Listen, I'm not saying that you're not. You gave AJ the same advice, and I gave AJ the same advice, which was not to go straight into it because it's a dangerous gamble.
For what? What kind of gamble is it? You lose twice in your whole career. It's over with now. You throw it down the drain. Is that what we saying?
Yeah, man, possibly. I mean, again, like you said, your energy's the same. So is mine. It's not gonna change, man. For Wilder, it's different than AJ, bro. Wilder had already the draw, where even if he thought he won, he decided to correct his wrong because he felt the, public. So now he has a third fight. If he can't win, it could be mentally damaging.
Yeah, man, sports, man. I doubt you lose twice and you throw away your career. Like, nah, man. Look, I don't even know why we like.
I mean, but that's the thing. You, the way you're phrasing it, it makes sense the way you're saying it because you're right. You lose twice, you don't throw away your career, but you leaving out the fact lose twice to the same dude, lose twice, and have 3 fights where one the public already thought you lost, lose twice in the same fashion. This tight schedule. It's a lot to ask of him, man.
Yeah, that's your profession, that's your career. Same advice he gave his little brother. If this is what you really want to do, baby, do it. Keep on going. Don't let nobody or let a win dictate how you live your career. If that's the case, then you should never hop in the ring if you're scared of winning or losing. Like, simple as that. Like, bro, this is sports. Sports happens to everybody, man. Nobody's exempt from anything in sports. Anything. Win, losing, hurt, getting injured. Getting embarrassed, like you're not exempt from any of that. So I just think, man, look, I don't think another Fury fight will be a detriment. You know what I'm saying? No matter the the outcome. And I just think that that's the right move to make. I'm saying you go back and you try to slay the dragon, try to slay the guy who just took your belt. And I mean, we know how much that belt means to Wilder. We know how much he talked about it in reverence. You know what I'm saying? They gave it a name, Sophia. You know what I'm saying? 10 title defenses. We know what kind of friendship that he had with Mauricio Suleiman. So I think that belt means a lot to him, and I think it's gonna mean even more to him to go fight the guy who just took it and get it back from him.
And how do you think he does that?
Break. Like, do you bring somebody else in?
Yo, something's wrong with your mic. It's going in and out. Do you have a broke cable or something? A loose cable?
Yo.
Yep.
Yo, can you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know if you bring in a new trainer or not. Like, I mean, whatever you feel like you need to do, and like maybe getting back to the basics is maybe bringing another eye in is a thing to do. But who knows? You know what I'm saying? We know how much loyalty and how much respect he got for those guys in his camp. So maybe you stick with the guys and y'all go back to the tape and look at everything you did wrong in the first fight and second fight and correct those things.
And what about the people who just feel like he's too big? You know, Fury is just absorbing those shots. And, you know, it's something that I talked about before this fight. Like, I was arguing with you that we've never seen anyone react in the manner that Fury reacts when punched by Wilder. Like, Fury just doesn't seem as phased as other people is the best way to put it.
Maybe you work off the jab, you know what I'm saying? Go to the body more, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think Wilder got enough power to, like, knock Fury out, because one thing Award said on the pre-build-up or the pre-fight show, like, if you got enough power to knock a man down, you got enough power to knock a man out. You just maybe got to be more about accumulation.
You said use the jab and go to the body more. I mean, I thought that he did that in the first 3 rounds more than ever. It seemed like he was answering the fans by fighting in that style. I mean, how many stab jabs to the gut did you see? Like, I think he was on a jab, you know what I mean?
I would like to see more up and down movement with the jab, more combination punches when I'm talking about going to the body. A lot of those things were like one-offs, you know what I'm saying? One-offs. So Fury could, like, see it coming, maybe bounce back a little bit or slide to the left, slide to the right a little bit to take a little steam off of it.
So obviously our second topic is Eddie Hearn saying
we ain't gonna break down none of the other fights, and we won't care about Charles Martin getting the victory. Let me go ahead and give y'all the quick rundown of what happened last night on that card. Charles Martin, like I told y'all, he was gonna do. He stopped Gerald Washington around number 7 or 8, something like that. Caught him with a nice, what was like a loopy or like a straight, I don't know, with like a straight left with like a little hook shot, but he definitely caught him on the way in. So Charles Martin moves on. Gerald Washington goes back to the drawing board. Navarrete was in there with a tough guy, man. Jeo Tupas Santisima really showed a lot of heart, you know what I'm saying? Was taking a lot of big punches from Navarrete, but showed that he had some snap on his punches. Caught Navarrete once or twice, but they really didn't have like a devastating effect on him. So Navarrete got the win, and I think he got the stoppage in round 10 or 11. Sebastian Fundora, the tyrant Inferno, got his shit busted up last night, but he did get the victory over Daniel Lewis. But this is back-to-back fights where it's kind of like pumping your brakes on Fundora. Like, is he really as good as he think he's going to be? Is he sucking himself down too much to weigh 154? He's 6'5". Like, he's tall as shit. So I don't think he should be at that weight at all. But who knows, man? Who knows? Subriel Matias, a guy that I was high on, very high on, lost by UD to Petros Ananyan. Now, I thought the decision was a little bit skewed. I really didn't give my guy Petros anything until that 7th round. I thought Matias won the first 6 rounds, like, you know what I'm saying, because just by his activity. But big ups to Petros, man. Showed that he had a lot of grit, a lot of heart, and could take a fucking punch and really dish it back out to Matias. Was able to get the knock. Well, the ref called it a knockdown because the ropes kept him up. So, yeah. Amir Imam loses to Javier Molina. I never really been that high on Amir Imam, so I don't know who Javier Molina is. So I guess it's a good victory for Javier Molina. Gets him, I guess, a better ranking in the welterweight division. Gabriel Flores gets a victory over Matt Conway. I don't know, is it me or does Lil G got that power or not? Because he was catching Conway with some stuff. It doesn't seem like it was really like making Conway scared of coming forward. But Lil G got the victory, and last but not least, Vito Mielnicki gets the victory over Corey Champion. Gets it by a 4-round decision, you know what I'm saying? So big ups to Vito and big ups to everybody that's on that card.
Yeah, man. My boy, the Fundora, I'm with you. His legs, I mean, people talk about Wilder's leg. Jesus Christ. Did you see that, boy? His legs are crazy. Fundora might be killing himself to make that weight, and if he's not killing himself, he's zapping his energy for sure. Second round, he's already bent over, giving up his height, fighting an inside fight when the dude's 7 feet tall in like the welterweight division. He's bugging all the way. Matias, damn, bro. So much high hopes on him because of, his last fight and whatnot. And this dude was just clobbering him with the right up against the ropes. It just seems like Matias got tired. And, you go into these boxing gyms and there's always a sign on the wall that says fatigues makes cowards of men. And obviously what that means is, dog, when you ain't got no energy, you gonna get your ass kicked. And that's really what happened to Matias, man. After he got hit with them right hands, he was another dude that was never really able to recover or looking, extremely exhausted. And, yeah, man, it was what it was. Even Vito Mielnicki, he struggled a bit trying to impress, trying to get that knockout with another up-and-coming welterweight. Ultimately, he got the job done. Didn't really get hit with anything. Looked decent. It was good to hear, Bernardo Suna and, Timothy Bradley and others talking about Vito. He wasn't able to get that stoppage versus Corey Champion, but overall he looked good. And it's funny, you watch these fights and you respect these guys more, and that's why I say these fights have to be fought, even though we know who's going to win. It matters how you look. And Corey Champion is a guy that's now 1-2. And, he'll be overlooked 5 years from now. The next generation of boxing fan may overlook Corey Champion and look at this win on Mielnicki's resume and, think nothing of it. And hopefully I'm wrong about that because of the time that we're in, because we do get the privilege of watching a prospect like Mielnicki develop on television before our eyes. But all I could think of was, wow, if this wasn't on TV, this guy would just be a name on BoxRec that we would not think anything of. And Corey is a good dude to put your prospect in there with to see where he's at. This was a good fight for Mielnicki. He passed the test by decision, but he moves forward, man. For Amir Imam, I'm just sad as, it's an overall sad weekend because for Iman, we were just talking about how he got that top-ranked deal. He was able to get out of that godforsaken Don King Promotions deal. And he turns around and loses to Javier Molina. And I told you guys, I know Javier, his brothers is Carlos. These are Olympians. These guys are decent. And sure enough, man, they're, Yo, the boxing god's not allowing Amir Imam to get his career really off the floor, man. He just continues to have setbacks. It all started with the Granados, then the shitty Don King deal, and now this, man. So hopefully he can get it back together. Hopefully Top Rank doesn't cut him, and we see him again. Who else did I miss on the card? Santisima. I Googled them. Let me double check that, bro. I was debating with the guys in my house about this one because I'm just saying to myself, this dude must have came up in weight because he fights too good to be that small. I knew it. Yo, Ness is a fucking G. Bruh. Oh, no. Damn. Wait. Yeah. Navarrete is 126, right, Mike?
122.
Nah, fuck. Damn. Yo, I swore Top Rank moved this dude up from like 115 to 118. He was short, man. He was littler.
No, he started at 122.
No,
he lost his first fight. He lost his fourth fight, but after that, he ain't lost since then. Been wrecking shit up down there in the Philippines.
Mm-hmm.
And the way he came out, look, I was torn between this fight too because I thought like because I was looking at Navarrete's record, like what round should I bet on? 3, 4, and 7, then at round 12 for Dog Day. He get knockouts all over the board, so I just went on put money on the Navarrete by decision, and it was close to a decision, but I just knew, man, being from the Philippines, having your first chance to fight on TV and on a big time card, you was gonna come with all you got, and he was landing some good shit on Navarrete. Don't see, he was doing some good things, but they were far and few in between.
Yeah, man. I swore when I checked this box rec, like not literally checking it, like I swore in my head, like whenever I got around to checking it, I was gonna notice that he was a dude Top Rank made move up to fight Navarrete as a showcase. Because he has some solid skill. He just was so undersized, man. I like his defense. I like his pivots. His lead left hand stays nice and high. I want to see this kid again, you know what I mean? See what he got versus a non-champion, you know? Let him work his way up to a real title shot. This was a voluntary gimme for a showcase on Navarrete's behalf. I'd like to see this kid get some TV time or some, fights and see how good he is. He definitely looked decent to me. I don't know any big name local Filipino, trainers. You know what I mean? Like, we know the Shane McGuigans and the Ingalls, so we know the UK has other trainers than Rob McCracken. Like, who the fuck is out there other than Boo Boy? Like, you know what I'm saying? So this dude looks good, and I wonder who's training him. I wonder, like, what's his story? Because he really showed skill, so much so that I convinced myself that he was going to be a smaller weight division, and that's why he was outgunned. But Navarrete is just this very long, awkward, energetic fighter.
Punches and bunches, combination punch, motherfucker.
That's what I meant by energetic. Like, he lets his hands go, and he has the energy to let multiple shots go. Then he has this freakish long reach. So, this kid was in an uphill battle right from gate. But I did want to at least, give him some airtime, let him know that I noticed the skill, man. I seen it. He's working, and he's in Bruce Lee shape too. I was like, okay, I want to see him again.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing him again, you know what I'm saying? Give him somebody at 122, you know what I'm saying? Maybe give him I don't know if the monster's going to move up.
Stephen Fulton. Oh, but Fulton won, right? Fulton just won. He didn't lose. He won. I don't know. So
yeah, he beat the brakes off my guy. I'm a guy.
Yeah, man. So we moving to topic number 2. Eddie Hearn wants to make Fury versus Joshua. He took to his social media and he said, nobody wants to see Wilder versus Fury 3. Let's go straight into the unification match in the summer of 2020. My energy's the same. If they pay enough step aside money, I'm sure they can do it. You know.
Big ups to Dan Rayfield from the for his timely tweet. Funny, he said funny thing about contracts. Yeah, so look, it's good for me, you know what I'm saying, to come out and try to get that news started. But like I said back then, and like I'm saying this year, contracts are in place and contracts are going to be upheld. It seems like from the Wilder camp, based on what I heard last night from Shelly and I think was it JDS? Maybe not Jay. I know Shelly said something about the contract, so. We'll see those guys back in the ring again, and Eddie's gonna have to wait. You got to take care of Pulev first. You know what I'm saying? Maybe Eddie got some worries about Pulev. I heard Pulev got deported. You know what I'm saying? Because he had a bad visa in Chicago. You know what I'm saying? Trying to go to the fight. So hopefully he get that shit taken care of and is able to fly around. But yeah, man, Eddie, man, contracts, baby.
I wonder if that's a false report, because they said he was in flight or route to Vegas for the fight, stopped in Chicago, and his shit wasn't right, so he got deported. I had this long conversation about deportation with Robert Alfonso, and I swore I knew a lot about deportation. Obviously, him being Cuban and refugee, he knows a thing or two, so he schooled me a bit. But I still feel like I know a thing or two about deportation, and I've never heard of anyone being deported from the airport. Detained, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, airport police comes and like, look, sir, you know what I mean? Your visa ain't straight. We're going to put you in this room. We're going to contact ICE, immigration. They going to come pick you up. And they gonna deal with you and take you to a ICE and immigration, detainee location. Like, they don't just put you on a plane and be like, all right, champ, we gonna holler at Bulgaria, let them know we sent you. Like that, it just don't work that way. So when I seen the report, I'm like, what's going on for real? Is he still in America awaiting deportation? Is he still in America, awaiting a hearing to see if his visa is truly expired, or, because he could be having his visa in his pocket and the new one in the mail. So I don't know, man. I just didn't jump on that story like that.
Yeah, one thing that I do know about politics, if it's not traditional in 2020 in America. Like, everything is haywire. People are making up rules as they go. So yeah, I never heard of anybody getting deported off the rip like that. You know what I'm saying?
From the airport, that would be like news to my ears. Like, yo, homie got deported at the airport. And it's like, what? You know what I'm saying? Like, what, they put him on don't get me wrong. I know people that's also been on regular planes cuffed, but like, not that I know them, but I know that happens. So I just don't know. All that felt weird to me, man. But yeah, going back to you and, your fake same energy as the AJ fight. Yo, listen, bruh. Yeah, you had that same energy talking about contracts and all that, and you gave that little funny laugh, and, I won that argument, Mike. Like, I don't know why you like to wake up and, like, erase that from the world, but, like, I won that argument. You were firm on contracts, and I was like, watch Ruiz have power and leverage because of the win. And his quote-unquote contract, all that shit went out the window. Fight never took place where the original contract said. The fight wasn't for the same amount the original contract said. My man, it's open knowledge and common knowledge that he got millions of dollars more because he held out. Because he did his thing. So, like, to say, oh, it's a contract, no way, nah, man. If Ruiz could get $14 million and get his purse increased, I'm sure something can happen. There was wiggle room for him. There's wiggle room for everybody.
Okay, Ness. You want to stay on that topic, or you want to go to Teddy Atlas?
Yeah, I mean, we could go to Atlas. I didn't
Teddy Atlas
hear exactly what he
post-fight
said.
interview, man, kind of rubbed me the wrong way, but he's been very, very critical of Wilder from the beginning. You know what I'm saying? So I expected nonetheless. He says that Wilder can't fight and never learned how to box properly. Now, I think I gotta disagree with that. You know what I'm saying? You don't become a champion and you don't win them in fights by not knowing how to fight. You don't be a veteran Cuban southpaw like Luis Ortiz without that amateur background, without knowing how to fight. So I just think Teddy Atlas was maybe trying to get a sound bite, you know what I'm saying, off or something like that. But I'm not of the same belief as Teddy Atlas. Now, is there some things that Wilder could work on? Absolutely. We all got things to work on. Like we all know, the biggest room for improvement. I mean, the biggest room for in the house is room for improvement. So Wilder got things that he can improve in, but to say that the man just can't fight, yeah, Teddy, man, that's kind of ridiculous.
I mean, like Teddy, it's a grain of salt with him, right? Because, like, we made a bunch of fuss off of a lot of stuff that he was saying pre-fight. He was the one, fat shaming Fury, having still shots of Fury while he's taking off it. Like, I got my whole show idea off of Teddy Atlas. He was the one that thought 273 was all wrong. He's the one that associated 273 with Andy Ruiz. And now, his prediction is wrong about Fury being too heavy and not being able to do what he do, so he flips it on to Wilder. So, look, we all do that. You know what I mean? Shit. I just haven't tapped into it yet, but I believe me, I'm gonna start remembering shit, and the callers are doing it to us. Bruh, they talking about, yo, Wilder. If Wilder goes into the immediate rematch, his team don't love him. I'm like, bruh, that shit we said about AJ. It's like, stop. But it's their turn. They get to say the same questions we had. They get to pose them about our guy now. So it is what it is, man. All we could do is wait. That's the crazy part. Those 6 months for the AJ Ruiz rematch, that went by super fast. June 1st, December 7th came and went so quickly because of the buildup and the anticipation. And is he going to take the rematch? Yeah, he took the rematch. Oh, is he firing his trainer? No, he bringing in a new trainer. Oh, my God, he got a small, fat spawn. Like, yo, everything was being documented as it went, that the months went by so fast. So it's going to be the same here. Hopefully, we are going to follow the ever evolving world of boxing, man, and see what pans out, what's gonna shake out. Because we don't know. We don't know what Wilder's gonna do. We don't know if we'll see a unification. We don't know if we'll see a rematch. Will he take a tune-up? Will he retire? Will Fury retire? We've seen Fury here before. When he dethrones the champion, he feels like it's now what for him,
Yeah, we seen Fury in this position before, but I think he had a lot of things going on back then. Hopefully, he's in a better spot now because I want to see the rematch with both of these guys. And yeah, man, I just don't see the rematch, or the tune-up or retirement happening for a while. Maybe I'm just blind to the fact, but yeah.
I'm just saying, man, we don't know what's official. We don't know is the jaw broke. We don't know is the eardrum busted. I don't know the amount of time that it takes for all that. When are you safe to get back in the ring and start sparring and have people punching on that ear again? You know what I mean?
Yep, that's true. You know what I'm saying? And you want to make sure your whole equilibrium, you know what I'm saying, back and things like that. So we'll see, man. Should be intriguing to see.
Definitely is, man. So we get to number 4.
which is the same
Which is
thing
kind of
we
just kind of talked about it, man. Let's just get out to the callers, man.
Real quick, man. I just want to make a statement, man. For everybody out there who likes to throw rocks, you know what I'm saying, hide their hands and fake support, you know what I'm saying. Just know, man. Everybody has their day in the sunlight, you know what I'm saying. Everybody has their day to where things don't go their way, and sometimes it's more public than others. But one thing that's evident, man, that Wilder still has love from his real fans out here, and it's not like I respect guys like Coyote, you know what I'm saying, because even though AJ lost, he kept on calling in, and just like after Wilder lost, man, I'm gonna keep on being here. Ain't no tuck and tail or hiding head, man. We still ride with Bomb Squad to this day. You know what I'm saying? So big ups to everybody out there in the chat, man. Thank you guys for watching the show.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's go on out to our sponsors and then get out to the calls. You know the number to call in, 1-425-569-5241. Press 1 one time. Voice your opinion right here, Voice of the People hotline.
These calls are brought to you by El Camino Electrical Services, experts in electric vehicle charging stations. For consultations and turnkey installation, visit us at elcaminoelectricalservices.com.
Remember to rate us 5 stars on iTunes.
The Boxing Voice wants your every listening experience to be a great...
Sorry.
Subscribe to youtube.com/theboxingvoice for the latest and greatest interviews with your favorite fighters.
All right. Let's see what we got. Looking like Steve in Chicago on the ringer tip. What up? Steve, Chicago, ringer status. All right. Ringer in Detroit. Rel, what up?
Yo, what up? Ness, what's the topic right now?
Wilder Fury.
I just want to say on the Wilder Fury aspect that, I want to thank Deontay Wilder for showing us his warrior mentality for Black History Month. Even though he didn't get the win, I'm still satisfied with his performance. I feel that he going to come back and he going to use another trainer. Because Sugar Hill, I feel Sugar Hill is a huge reason Tyson Fury got this victory. I noticed that when I went back and watched the fight, that every time Tyson Fury went to his corner, Sugar Hill was giving him instructions on how to overcome what Deontay Wilder was doing. For instance, the first and second round, Wilder was landing his jab extraordinary, even the right hand a couple times. Well, Sugar Hill gave him the formula on how to stop that, and Wilder's corner was like novice. They wasn't as experienced as Sugar Hill. So I feel like if he asked somebody like possibly a Robert Garcia, Freddie Roach, Barry Hunter, Kevin Cunningham, maybe Shane Mosley, Ken Porter, somebody that could assist with his technicality, his basic technicality, he definitely going to win part 3 because he withstand 7 rounds with an injury and was still had possibility for the right hand. So I just want to thank him for his performance, and I just feel like, my champ's still the truth. They can have a little victory right now. I ain't gonna hate Fury, a great warrior. I got nothing but respect for him, but I'm still a Wilder fan, so that's my call.
All right, brother. Well, thank you for calling in. Rel, we going out to Justin, New Jersey.
What's going on, you guys? I'd like to give my opinion on the topic today. First off, how much time do I have? Hello?
Clock's ticking,
Hello?
Jay.
How much time do I have?
You got about 3 minutes.
All right, cool. So, I don't want to see an immediate rematch. I don't think Wilder's people should take it because they need to learn how to box. Tyson Fury, he got this new coach now. He changed his trainer. he came in there with a different game plan, and Tyson Fury laid out the blueprint for Wilder, and it's going to take Wilder some time to change his style just a little bit. We know that because everybody knows he relies on the right hand too much, and he already came into the sport late, so it's going to be hard for him to change the style. I don't think Fury retires. Obviously, 2 fights left on the contract, but it's a tough spot for Wilder because I don't want him to take the immediate rematch, but then again, what will Fury be doing? What will Fury be doing in 2 fights? This is just a tough spot for Wilder, and yes, I want to see a unification. I know Eddie Hearn tweeted about it, but Eddie Hearn tweets about a lot of stuff that don't come true. But can I give a shout out to my YouTube channel?
Of course, Justin.
Hello, Ness. All right. I interview MMA fighters and professional boxers. We might have an interview with Shane Mosley Jr. and Jesse Vargas. I bring MMA content and boxing content. Justin Jr. 962. You spelled Junior with the JR. 352 subscribers. Boxing and MMA content. And this week, my whole channel is going to be Wilder and Fury because of this big fight. I don't think it was an upset. I picked Wilder, but man, no one expected Fury to dominate like this. That's my call. Thanks.
All right, Justin, thanks for calling in, homie. Appreciate you. Hey, man, y'all go follow other Justin, man.
Shout out to Justin for keeping it real, right? He said, yo, I picked Wilder, you know? So.
Yeah. Y'all can learn something from that little guy. We got some chat coming in from Brian, the Irishman, Crowley Warren. Ness and Mike, how much credit does Sugar Hill Stewart deserve? A lot. Shit, a lot. Damn.
I don't know, man. I don't know because so many people, the cliche in boxing is, oh, you know, what could you learn in one training camp? He ain't going to learn enough in one training camp. One training camp ain't going to make a difference. Now all of a sudden we about to give him an award.
How much credit? We ain't said nothing about the award. I think he deserves a lot of credit. He told Ness on this show, I train for the knockout. I train fighters to go get the knockout. Fury told us, you know what I'm saying, he's training for the knockout. That's why he went to who? Sugar Hill Stewart, you know what I'm saying? Because he wanted to get that knockout. So I
mean, he technically went to Andy. Andy recommended Stewart.
Andy said, well, whoever you wanted, the Crunk whole training staff over there deserves some credit. Absolutely. I say 60-40, 40% to Crunk, and the 60 goes to Tyson. We got another super chat coming in from, let me see, Javier Capetillo. Hope I said your last name right. He's got to get the rematch as long as he's healthy and make it happen again on the 4th of July. One more thing, Wilder did not quit. Joshua did. In his fight, both men came to fight. Prayers to Wilder.
See, but the difference is you can't, like, people keep associating it with Joshua, and it's never going to be on the same level. For one, Fury was a 50-50, 60-40 fight. For two, AJ Ruiz was 80-20, 70-30. No one expected that, you know. People expected Tyson to win. They didn't expect him to knock out Wilder. It's different for AJ. No one expected Ruiz to win via knockout or decision, not even robbery. So it's definitely different and can't be, you know, put on the same level. Like, you know, he faced his true nemesis. These two had feuds on Twitter for years. He did what he was supposed to do. You know, he fought the dude that he thought was going to be his equal.
And if you look at the both fights, in my humble opinion, this is just my opinion, neither guy quit. In my opinion, I've been consistent with AJ. I said I ain't think he quit. I don't think Wilder quit. That's not either. I don't think either guy quit. If you look at both of those guys,
Wilder can't quit. A towel came in.
Look at that. Those guys reacted after the referee waved him off. They were like, no.
Yeah, but again, the situation is different. The referee wasn't conducting a sobriety test to Wilder. He jumped in the middle of the action because he seen the towel come in. There was no towel for AJ. It was a decision between the referee and the fighter. Like, come on, man. People, I mean, I get it, bro. I get it. We really, we rubbed that one in on them, so it's their turn, and they're gonna take it, whether it's facts or not. They're gonna twist the truth to make the lie sweeter because it just doesn't. It's not the same. But anyway, JP in Long Beach, let's go.
Oh man. Look, man, it's Smack History Month. Deontay, he raised the stakes on himself, man. What else can I say? The dopest outfit ever. That outfit, that's goat shit. It looked like a monster on the Power Rangers. But came out there and got smacked around. It's officially Smack History Month. I think he is who we thought we were, guys. I was one of the last dudes on the bandwagon because I knew this day would come. I knew one day somebody would be able to evade that right hand and make him look bad. And then just when I started sipping the Kool-Aid and started to believe in it, it came true. I think we all knew this would happen, man. We was just riding so high. And this tells us all, we all read into all the shit it went into. I was saying Fury was washed and terrified of the man. Look, man, when it's time for hands to fly, hands just gonna fly. Let's remember and take a note here not to read into all those things going into a fight. But Deontay, I don't know, man. I don't think a rematch would be wise for him. I really don't think he can make the adjustments. One thing we do see, and that's, I want you to speak on it, man, we just haven't seen any improvements in him, man. I don't think any wrinkles have gotten in the game. So, a little disappointed in that regard.
I don't
but
agree.
Shout out to Tyson Fury.
I don't agree. I think that's just us being fickle boxing fans. I mean, before this fight, people were saying how he did improve, how he showed you that he's improved with the way he set up the right hand. Now, today, he lost, so he also lost whatever you thought he improved upon.
I didn't think that, man, but I'd say the weight I thought was a slight concern. Like, Deontay up this high, I wasn't certain about it. I know he doesn't really put a lot of focus in on his lower body, so we just talking about upper body weight, and that's like for power lifters and shit. So, man, they got to go back to the drawing board. Man, you got to tell us what's happening in that camp, brother, because it looked like shit ain't right to me if you ask me. I'm out.
I mean, I disagree. I guess I got to go back and watch the fight, but I thought that the fight was competitive up until the third round. Wilder got hit, top of the head, back of the head. And it was over after that. He never was able to get himself back under composure. It's just, that's how I seen it. If I'm wrong about that, I guess I got to go back and watch it. But yeah, that's what I thought I seen. All right, let me get on out to UK's own Boomerang.
Sing along if you know the words. Come on.
Yo, what's going on, people?
What up?
What's going on? What's going on, Ness? What's going on, Mike? You guys okay? Ness, you feeling well?
I mean, this is my third show, so I'm okay. I don't get it. What are you expecting me to cry on this one? Should I cry on the third time?
No, listen, I'm just concerned for you as a concerned brother, as a concerned Wilder fan. I'm a Wilder fan. Nah, I'm not. Listen, at the end of the day, everyone loses. That's just the reality of life. Yeah. I'm actually gonna eat a crow.
I mean, AJ cursed everyone. Once AJ lost, he cursed everyone.
Well, that's what we're going to start saying. All right, listen. I've said on the show so many times, if you follow boxing history, you realize that, everyone loses at some point. This whole thing about not losing it's a myth. Fury is going to lose down the line as well, unless he keeps avoiding top fighters, They all need to fight each other, and then eventually we find out who is the best of the era. But until they all fight, you never actually know who really the best is. And I've always said that. The thing that I'm still kind of concerned about is the fact that I feel like my issue with a lot of Wilder fans is the fact that you guys sometimes you're not grounded in reality. Because Wilder has come out and said so many things. He said things like "fuck skill," and I just felt like a lot of people didn't pay attention to those kind of things. Like the right hand is not always gonna save you. And next, if you can just give me my boomerang, so I just get my full call because it's late in the UK and I need to go to sleep. But yeah, I was saying you can't always rely on the right hand. Like there's other elements to the game. And Lennox Lewis said one thing. He said if he was going to choose between fighting Wilder and Fury, he would actually choose Wilder because Wilder is one-dimensional. And you can't be that one-dimensional and expect that you're always going to win. At some point, you're going to get found out. And the truth is, we've been saying it for such a long time that this guy's resume is packed with people who haven't actually prepared him for the real elites in the division. And so the truth is, anyone who's aggressive has the blueprint to beat Wilder. If you're ready to step to the punch, you actually have a shot at knocking him out. And if he doesn't develop the skill that is needed to deal with certain things, he's never going to be live to his full potential. That's the reality. So I think the loss is good for him. I think that he needs to reevaluate himself. I think it's going to be difficult for him to come back because his fans deluded him and he deluded himself as well. And he surrounded himself with people who don't tell him the truth. So he needs a reality check, and I think this was a reality check for him. And if he can come back to reality, which I highly doubt, I'm not sure, left to see, but if he can come back to reality, maybe he can bounce back and actually still compete. Because I still want to see him fight AJ, I want to see him fight White, I want to see him fight Usyk, and all these guys need to fight each other for us to determine who actually is the best of the era. So yeah, that's my call really. Yeah, sorry for the Wilder fans. I know it's tough for you guys, but you guys know how we felt when AJ lost. But yeah, everyone loses at some point. You're just gonna have to deal with it. But this whole thing about the baddest man on the planet, it's a myth. It's a myth. Everyone loses. That's my call.
Luckily, AJ showed us how to lose, man, so we know exactly what to do. We going out to Cruise Control. Talk to me.
What's up, Ness? You hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. First off, let me get my crow. Y'all call in, make sure I get y'all crow, man. Stop ducking the crow. Yeah, so Washington was a good fight. I pretty much thought that he was going to do his thing.
Champ, I need you to stop jogging. If you in the park, stop. We getting all that winning feedback.
Party. So with Wilder, I don't think he should go with the rematch, champ, because that fight last night didn't look good as far as preparation and him getting prepared, and then being in the ring, he wasn't doing much, man. He was jabbing, but he wasn't really doing much, and all falls on his corner. It's like you said, Ness, if there was something in that camp, you gotta let us know, because if he's not listening, is he being hard-headed? What is it? You know what I mean? What is it? What is it in that camp that he's not doing or he's not listening? Because it's not transitioning to the ring. He couldn't do anything with that long reach that Fury had. He was leaning on him. He wasn't moving. Wasn't keeping his hands up. That's all fundamentals, man. That's all training. He's got to get rid of his trainers, yo. That's all I got to say, man. I'm out of here.
Cruise Control, man. Thank you for calling in. Thank you for your opinion. Obviously, we're going out to Steve in Chicago, Ringer.
Yeah, hey, Ness, sorry about that earlier. Someone called me right when you got to me and
No
kicked me
problem,
off.
champ.
But yeah, man, everyone needs to calm down, man. Well, he's gonna do the rematch. I'm already seeing. There's already reports coming out that Finkel reached out to Warren about the rematch. So it's gonna happen, and I'm all for it. This is what I keep saying. I'm with Mike, man. I'm with Mike 100%. There's a contract in place. And I've been saying, man, Wilder's a real dude, man. Ness, you know that. You know he's gonna correct his wrong. You know that. So hey, all these guys, and you know what I find funny? These guys that call in from the UK, the dude that called before, all he talked about was the guy that's irrelevant. He never even brings up Fury. They don't give Fury his props. They just want to talk about the other guy. That cracks me up. They act like he was in the ring last night. How come they can't say Fury's name? But anyways, I digress. Hey man, the other two. You know what I got? You know what was my favorite fight of the night last night? Was Navarrete, man. Navarrete was like the Energizer Bunny, man. He kept throwing and throwing and throwing and throwing. That guy didn't stop, man. I see. They said that guy's gonna go up to featherweight, so that'd be interesting. There's more competition up there. He's at junior featherweight. They said he's gonna jump up to featherweight. So we might see that guy in the future in some real good fights. That guy's a dog. And as far as that Matias, that dude ain't got no defense, man. He boxes, he was undefeated, but he was getting hit all damn night, man. He got no defense. But that's what I took out of it. But yeah, man, that's all I got. It's just funny to me how these guys that call in, man, I haven't heard anyone talk about Fury. It's just hilarious. But all right, man. But yeah, we're gonna do a rematch. We're gonna get them. Keep the faith, Ness. Keep the faith.
Hey, listen, man. It ain't that I don't have faith. I'm just saying, Steve. Is that the best thing for him to go straight into the rematch?
So. This isn't.
Remember, this isn't Andy Ruiz and AJ. This is not the second fight. This would be a third fight.
Yeah, but if he wants to, Fury's going to be gone. I told you that in the earlier show. If you want to fight him again, you got to do it now. He ain't going to wait around for Wilder. You got to do it now while you got it in contract. If he says no now, Fury ain't going to give him another fight. You think Fury's going to give him another fight? Hell no. He got to do it now.
Bro, for Fury the fights are easy. He thought he won the first fight, then he knocked him out. Why wouldn't Fury do it? They paid him. He's getting $50 million. If this fight does 2 million pay-per-views, he makes over $50 million. That's on Bloomberg.com. Like, Fury definitely does.
I know, but if they make a fight with AJ, he ain't gonna fight Wilder again, man. I'm telling you.
AJ is in it. Listen to me. AJ is out of the circle, man. There's 2 more listen. Fight contracts are different than promoter and network contracts. Okay, fight contracts are different. Fury could pull out because of elbow. He owed a network 2 fights in America. AJ's out the picture. He's out the picture. Not until them 2 fights is done. That's how I look at it. I don't know. Mike, you think I'm wrong? You think all of a sudden AJ and Tyson Fury could fight in those 2 fights the Fury got left?
Is Bob Arum still the promoter?
Oh, yeah, he's the promoter.
Absolutely.
You froze up there, but I guess he meant.
I said, if Bob's still the promoter of Fury, those 2 fights, absolutely.
Oh, if Bob is the promoter of Fury, he can make the AJ fight?
Goddamn right.
Oh, word?
Bob and Eddie do business at the drop of a nigga. Bob is out here trying to keep his contract with ESPN long after he gone. He trying to build that bank up for him and show that, hey, I can bring big time boxing however y'all want it. Terrence can't get a big time fight.
Hold up, champ. Hold up. Slow down. So how do you explain this fight happening when both guys, franchise fighters, they have network deals? Even though AJ is a fight by fight, we all know that DAZN is invested and is going to do whatever they can to have the fight on their air. And then Fury, after winning this, it's over. ESPN is all in. So who's walking?
Only thing you got to tell AJ, man, you fight by fight. Dazn can't do for you what ESPN can, especially if we could do pay-per-view numbers. You know what I'm saying? Like we just got more buys than they whole subscriber base at $100 or $75 a pop. Come on, man. Like,
I mean, we don't know that yet. We don't know that yet.
It's promoter. Eddie likes money too. It's all about the money, man. That's why he put AJ on fight by fight with a Dazn, just in case that pay-per-view offer come through and we see them numbers look real good.
I mean, did you get any early numbers? Your boy Jedi reporting.
I learned my thing about early numbers when we had that guy on who said 5,000. I'm just gonna wait till the normal Jedi should come out like on Wednesday or Thursday, and he's normally the one that everybody.
That's
else
what I
runs.
said, Jedi. I ain't say that other guy. We all know the other guy was bullshit, and the whole purpose of having him on was to debunk his bullshit numbers. So I'm just here writing in all these damn names. A lot of people calling in. Want to thank everybody for calling in. You know what I mean? We do appreciate you. All right, let's see where we going. Taking it to the top. We got to. We ain't go to Seattle, right?
Not yet. Not yet.
Make sure I ain't got no boomerangs over here.
Yo. But yeah, we ain't make it to Seattle yet.
All right, let me get to this mastermind real quick.
ThaBoxingvoice.com.
Moloki, you are next, my friend. Por eso lo vuelvo a repetir. La era del Canelo la mejor porque peleó con los mejores. La suerte es para los mediocres, my friend.
ThaBoxingvoice.com.
What up, Ness? What up, Mike? What up, TBV? Look, man, I personally, I don't think Wilder should take the immediate rematch. I think his camp and as fans, we became a victim of being comfortable and complacent, and really got too invested in that right hand. Man, you had people talk about Wilder collected data, Bacon haven't got figured out. Just things that they would use, honestly, for Floyd. It's just never been Wilder. It's not Wilder's style. It's not what we wanted him to be. I don't think he should get rid of anybody in the camp. I think, just take a step back, make some adjustments, get a confidence-boosting fight, and then come back to see what we can do against Fury. Now, I did the film study review last year from the first fight, and most of us, except for Mike, gave the fight to Fury 9 rounds to 3. Plus, I gave him 1 round last night. So in 19 rounds, I've only given Wilder 4. Sometimes some guys just have your number, but we wait and see. Wilder still has the ultimate eraser, so we'll see if he can come back and make those adjustments. I think he can, but I think he'll need something to boost that confidence, get back in his flow, get back in the ring before he sees Fury again. But I want to reiterate what I was saying before, and I think, Mike, you'll agree with me. Look, man, Wilder and AJ both got clipped. Crawford was knocked down in his last fight. We almost lost Errol to this car crash. If Errol's next fight, he's looking good, we have to get this fight made next. We can't wait anymore on this because, Wilder and AJ being undefeated, the 2 best heavyweights in the world, will never happen. It's something we missed out on. We missed out on Pacquiao Mayweather in the front.
Much of
What's up, Mike?
we say that, man. If those 2 guys ain't meant to be the best, then them 2 guys ain't meant to be the best. If Earl come out and lose his next fight, if Terrence come out and lose the next fight, it is what it is. Those 2 guys wasn't good enough. Period.
Absolutely, but I'm talking about the potential to have those 2 guys at the time hot as they are, undefeated. We've passed those opportunities up too much in the sport, and I think we can't let this slip away again. Those fights can still happen, but they never quite mean as much as when they were both undefeated. You know what I'm saying? And I think we saw that happen again with Wilder going down. All credit to Fury, though.
They always
we
say,
can't take away from him.
If you want to make guys laugh, tell them your plans.
Yep. But that's what I think we need to see. If Errol's healthy, That's my focus. Let's get Crawford and Arrow in the ring before one of these guys gets clipped by somebody else. Let's get that fight there with both of them undefeated and ready to go, man. That's what I want. I know, Mike. I think you agree with me. That's something you want to see right now. And yeah, like I said for Wilder, man, let's bounce back. Let's get some in between.
Supermax, thanks for calling in. Champ, thanks for calling in. We are going to Sid. What it do?
What up? What up? Yeah, everybody need to like the video. Yeah, man, I came here to eat that full plate of crow. You know, I went for Wilder and shit happened. But yeah, man, I just wanted to say big up to Tyson Fury. Feel like I ain't gonna make no excuses. UK, y'all punk asses did it last night. You know, hopefully Wilder come back healthy for that third one. You know, and until the next show. You know, I mean, hey, on my personal opinion though, man, that rematch, dog. Oh man, he better take them 3 fights or something and get right first. I don't think he should take it because Tyson mauling people like bears now and shit. So yeah, that's all I got, man. Good shit, UK. Fuck y'all though. I'm out.
Oh man, let's keep them curses to a minimum, people. You know, we just trying to eat. We going out to Toronto. Ryan from the 6. What up?
Yo, what up, Ness? What up, Mike? Hey, Mike, man. Sorry the Raptors had to do Indiana like that tonight, boy.
I ain't mad at all, bro. I'm from Arkansas.
Man. Jeez, yo, I didn't see that coming from Fury, man. He did everything he said he was gonna do, and props to him. His game plan was definitely better than Wilder's. Wilder, he didn't look good at all. I don't know if there was something going on in the camp, but I think he should take the rematch. I think he should take some time to himself too, because the Ortiz fight and this fight were real close, so he needs some recovery time. And man, props to Fury though. Fury did what he said he was gonna do. Like, we can't get mad at that. He came in and he brought the fight to Wilder and he beat him up. Like, I ain't never seen nobody destroy Wilder like that. Like, it was crazy. But that's why we love boxing. That's why we love boxing, man. Everybody smash that like button. We out here from the 6. TBV. You guys keep them out.
All right, brother. Well, thank you for calling in. All right, who's next? We're going out to Little Feezy. Talk to me.
Yo, what's good? What's good? Can you hear me?
What up? Yes, sir.
Man, give me my crow. Yo, man, what a fight, what a fight, what a fight. You know, congratulations to Tyson Fury. You know what I'm saying? He did his thing, good game plan. I would like to see the third fight. You know, I think that Wilder can go back and, you know, go back to the drawing board and fix some things, you know, but if he doesn't, you know what I'm saying, that's cool with me. I'm ride with him no matter what, you know what I'm saying. I fuck with him in the ring and outside the ring, so it really doesn't matter. But, you know, I keep my calls short and sweet, and it's still Bomb Squad. That's my call, and I'm out.
All right. Lil Feezy, man. Thank you for calling in. We're going to Mike in Sacramento. What up?
Yeah, what up, guys? I saw you had your show back on, so I just jumped on to get and listen. Oh, nothing. I was gonna say, I think his corner was probably the really bad. What do you guys think about that? From what I was watching the fight, they didn't seem like they were helping him like medically at all, right? I didn't see much. Like checking his ear out. Like, was it a cut or is it an eardrum? Does anyone even know?
They said
You guys there?
ESPN was reporting that there wasn't a busted eardrum, but I don't know, man.
So how? Yeah. So then why would it? See, everyone keeps saying equilibrium, but if you got it's like okay, if you got a busted eardrum, okay, equilibrium. If you got a cut in your ear, well then you're just getting hit in the head, and like that's just disorientated. So like which one is it? What are they going with?
We gotta wait for reports to come out, brother.
Oh, they haven't said anything yet. Okay, no, I've been working, so that's why I was asking. I didn't know. But anyway, Wilder, man, he needs to hit some leg day. His legs look so skinny. He needs a weightlifting program, a little bit of a weightlifting program to kind of bulk up if he's going to be going against Fury ever again. Because Fury's just too big of a person. He's got his number, because of size. And that's pretty much it. Yeah, he just needs some new trainers too. Those trainers seem kind of lax. They need something. He needs something different. He needs no yes men. He needs people in there telling him, you need to do this. You need to switch it up a little bit, and then set up that that heavy hit. Because everyone's expecting it. You know what I mean? He needs to play around with some new tricks in the bag if he's going to go against him. I mean, I think Wilder versus Ruiz would be fun to watch. I think Dillian Whyte versus Ruiz would be good. Then AJ and Fury would be real good to watch. And I'm actually honestly surprised all the boxing analysts were so wrong about this because, I mean, I understand Wilder has the one-hit, punch, but I mean, boxing's not really about that, you know what I mean? And you can look at Fury, and he really had his skill set's high. So I was kind of shocked that everyone really thought he was going to, lose to this, where Wilder would win. You know what I mean? A little bit. And the cell phone watchers, I think those are the people that need to hit the thumbs up button the most. Because the people on the cell phones are watching and they're not seeing the thumbs up. So everybody make sure you hit that thumbs up. And great show. Nice.
All right, brother. Thank you for calling
I'll let you
in. We got a new caller in New Jersey. 732. What's up, brother? Who's this? Where you calling from?
Yo, this T from Jersey. What's good? What's going on, guys?
T, what's going on?
I just wanted to say, man, people forget the old boxing cliches. Styles make fights. And just stylistically, Wilder just doesn't match up with Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury moving around like he's a 160-pounder. Like he's jittery, he's good with his jab, he's thinking in there, and Wilder just not set up for that. He's backing straight up. He's all Bambi-legged in there. So I had a feeling he was going to get beat up. But I was pushing for Wilder because, you just got to pull for Wilder. But, Tyson Fury just had the skills. I don't think he should go for the rematch because his team doesn't even have him doing the right footwork. So how is he even going to fare in a rematch? It's not going to go well. So, yeah, man, he should just move on, get his game right, and maybe if that fight looks better down the line, he should take it. That's my call.
All right, brother. Thank you for calling in. We got GT Kid in Atlanta.
Yo, what's going on there? What's going on, Mike?
What up?
GT.
So, yeah. No crow for me. I only picked the Wilder Fury fight. I ain't even picked that Charles Martin Washington fight. I ain't really care who won it. So it was a big weekend, but a couple things. One, like I was saying, I think I called it yesterday or maybe this morning. It'd be good to see what Wilder does after this, man. He's got this loss. It was pretty devastating. So I think it's an opportunity for him to rebuild, go back to scratch, and actually try to work on building some skills to be a better boxer, to set his punches up, work on his defense, those types of things. So he's not just relying on that one big shot. Because it's served him well. He's been able to bail himself out. But, I mean, when you get to the elite level,
And I think this was really his first elite fight. It's been debated if Ortiz is actually elite, but to get the elite level, you need more than just, you got to be multidimensional. So it'll be good to see what he does after this. In regards to Fury, I say, Fury looked really good, but, how you look in the ring is dependent on how good you are, how poor you are, or how bad your opponent is, and then styles obviously make fights. So I think Fury looked good. He trained well. He was in good shape. I think Wilder wasn't as good as most people assumed or thought he was, so that made Fury look even better. So I do think Fury's A-class, but I still think AJ is the number one heavyweight. I think if AJ and Fury face off, I think AJ is going to take that fight. Undisputed hopefully happens in 2021, assuming AJ wins out his Mandos, and I'm hoping Fury, if he doesn't rematch Wilder, he'll just go ahead and fight Whyte for that WBC mandatory, which isn't until next year. So hopefully we get undisputed soon. But good weekend of boxing, man. It was a good show. And, on to the next one. That's all I got, fellas.
GT Kid, brother, thank you for calling in. We're going out to Stunner in New Jersey. Talk to me.
Yo, so check this out. So since your last show, I rewatched Wilder Fury 1, then I rewatched Wilder Fury 2, right? Now, call me crazy, right? I feel like the adjustment Wilder needs to make for the rematch for round 3, I think what Wilder needs to do is go back to that first game plan when he essentially abandoned his game plan and swung for the fences. Cause check this out. When Wilder came in at 212 and was light, this dude was swinging for the fences, and Fury had to move and avoid those shots the whole night. Now, granted, we just seen Wilder come in at 231 and fight Fury at 272, and in the first 2 rounds, we seen Wilder land 2 of his big rights, and Fury took him, granted, right? But if Wilder came in a lot lighter, swung for the fences, and in the first fight, he wasn't focused on combinations. That's the thing. Like, when he was patient, trying to focus on that body punching, fuck that. You need to just go in there and keep throwing that big right and reset, throw the big right, swing for the fences, reset like you were doing in the first fight. Like that patience shit when Fury's 272, that played into his hand because all Fury wanted to do was lean on him anyway, and Wilder's waiting. So I feel like what Wilder needs to do, go back, look at the first fight, go back to swing. I mean, you can do it a lot smartly, but go back to swinging for the fences, letting your hands go, headhunt, fuck the body shots, because you'll make Fury tired by him just avoiding your headshots. Because, yeah, he might have been able to take 2 of those, right hands early, but if you're just constantly throwing that right hand all night, and he's not just gonna keep taking it. Ain't nobody able to keep taking it. That's my observation, man. Bomb squad still. We coming.
Hey, Stunner, man. Thanks for calling in, big dog. I like your little concept, man. Swinging for the fences, I see. But anyway, who got up next?
I think that's a shit plan.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't think it needed to be spoken out loud. I thought it was like a consensus from everybody who was listening and typing in the chat.
Nah, I'm just saying, like Fury realized that Wilder couldn't hurt him. That's why he put on more power. Fury walked more weight. Fury walked him down and before this fight, I said it, man, like no dude took Wilder shots like this. So you don't want Wilder to get any lighter, because it's not like when he was 209, he was, Muhammad Ali on his toes. That's just not what was happening. So I don't know, man.
I would like to see him in the 225, 220 range. Just, what I'm saying, for a little bit more, maybe not, because, 231, that's like 10 pounds more than you weighed your last fight, so I don't know how used you are to toting that 10 extra pounds around, too, so 219, 225 is, like, in my opinion, would be his ideal weight.
Well, all right, man. Let me get out to CYP Boomerang.
Yeah. I posed this scenario. I'm gonna need my back to back because I got to go to the movies tonight and shit. But look, I posed this scenario to the after show. I said, let's look at this. Me and White Boy John actually meet up at Border Wars. I come in 210. He come in 195. That dude knocked me down twice. He's Wilder. He knocked me down twice. He get a draw as the smaller man. I come back 30 pounds heavier. He come back 5 pounds heavier. I whoop his ass just like Fury did last night. Do any of y'all come on this show and say White Boy was exposed? White Boy ain't got no skills. White Boy's a bitch. White Boy need to do this. I don't think any of you disrespect White Boy like that. Why? Because you don't like me. See what I'm saying? You don't like me. So you're gonna support that man because you don't like me. So you don't like Wilder. So now Wilder's trash. He sucks. He's dumb. He's all these other things because you just don't like him. That's how haters react to people they don't like. You never want a hater to be your friend because when he turns on you, this is how they do it. They make up lies about you and they just over exaggerate. I ain't worried about nothing. Fury came in heavier for a reason. The way you could beat a man who's tall and slim is to body him. That's what you do. Wilder has to figure out a way to manipulate Fury's weight and get himself back into position to lay them hard punches. Fury put on that weight for a reason. He did it because he knew the only way I could beat this man is to have a more advantage than my natural advantage, and that's just be bigger. There's a reason why they have super heavyweight and heavyweight. Motherfuckers at 270, 6'9" is a heavy ass person. I want any of y'all who think that don't matter. Go to your gym, put 275 on the squat rack, pick it up, walk around with it for just 30 seconds, re-rack it, and give me 100 jumping jacks. And tell me if your ass ain't tired by the 25th jumping jack. It's hard as hell carrying that kind of weight around in a goddamn fight when you that much smaller. Shit happens. End of the day, if you believe in Wilder, continue to believe, just like y'all believed in AJ. If you don't believe in Wilder, don't believe in him. Crown Fury what he is, but there's going to be a rematch whether you like it or not. And don't forget this last part. Anytime you get to see how a man prepared for you, you get to turn around and prepare for him the same way. Nobody thought Fury would fight this way. Don't act like that was not the element of surprise. Nobody thought he would do that. Nobody's camp, nobody who called thought he was serious about trying to knock Wilder out. Y'all need to cut that bullshit out. Nobody took it serious. But guess what we're going to do the next time? We taking that shit serious. So if you want to knock me out, homie, I'm going to do what you trying to do to me. I'm going to try to knock you out because I always said this. Nobody can do you better than you. Fury cannot knock out Wilder better than Wilder can knock out Fury. Let's get it popping. Let's get it popping. Round 3 coming up.
Yeah, let me get to Aaron.
What's up, guys?
What up?
Yeah, sad time. But I think we're kind of panicking here. I mean, I agree with you, Nez. I mean, I thought the fight was competitive. I gave Wilder the second round after he got hit with that punch behind the head, whether it busted his eardrum or not, it threw off his equilibrium. But up until then, it was competitive. So most people are just giving their analysis of the fight after round 3, which Wilder wasn't himself. And saying that, I still think Wilder shouldn't take the rematch. I mean, he can easily be a mandatory for any one of these 4 organizations. And if he becomes a mandatory, he's going to get another shot at either probably Fury or AJ or whoever has the belts at that time. So I think Wilder should have at least maybe 2 more fights or 1 more fight this year. And then one last thing would be just bring in another set of eyes in camp. That's it. Like, you don't need to change your team. You don't need to panic, but bring another set of eyes in camp. He should have used the jab more. He needs to let his hands go and be busier. You know, the man, granted, there's no shame losing to the number 1 heavyweight in the world. The guy's 270. It's not like he lost to Ruiz. He lost to the number 1 heavyweight in the world, but he needed to take the fight to Fury. He can't be backing up and being patient like he was against Ortiz. He needs to bring it to Fury. He needs to press Fury forward and let Fury walk into his hands. And I think that was the mistake he made, but it's hard to really pinpoint what was going on because everything changed after that hit behind the head. So I don't think you need to change everything, but just need to tweak it a little bit, take 1 or 2 fights, become a mandatory, and he'll get a shot again. But, you know, it's all good. It's boxing, man. And he'll be back. That's my call.
Aaron, man, thanks for calling in. We're going out to Lidslow, Decatur, Georgia. Talk to me.
Lidslow.
Hey, what's happening, fellas?
What up? What up?
I ain't shit, man. Oh, I'm gonna eat that little crow, man. Hey, and shout out to the last guy who called, cause he right. That's what I was stating to a homeboy of mine earlier, shout. He lost to Fury. You know what I mean? He ain't lose to nobody or nothing like that. So it's like it's a good loss. You understand? You're gonna have to take it like that. And you know what I mean? Speaking of which, shout out to Tyson Fury. Give you all the glory, my guy. I don't want nothing to overshadow your shit. Even the other folk talking about AJ. It's all about you, cat. You know what I mean? To Deontay Wilder, I hope your eardrum heal up. I hope it ain't no problem with your jaw. And my guy, like the last cat said, you ain't gotta switch your whole count. But you need to find some defense, my guy. You understand? And I would say go holler at Bomac. You know what I'm saying? See what's shaking with him. And see if you can get something going with that. But another fight, that Navarrete guy, I do like him, shout. He got some grit, man. He got some good dog in him. And he got rocked like twice. And he took that shit like a champ and kept coming back. So shout out to Navarrete, man. Navarrete, I'm sorry. And for everybody else, yeah, if you believe in Wilder, man, like I said before, if Bud was to lose tomorrow, I'm still riding with Bud. And Wilder was not my guy, but I did pick him to win from 4-6. So it's okay if your man lose, shout. You got to ride with him. You see how the UK doing now? They got all the belts. So shout out to the UK. Y'all know how long y'all can hold on to it, but shout out to y'all, man. But I'm out, man. Y'all be easy.
Every dog got their day, big dog. That's the motherfucking meaning of life. Every dog have their day.
Sir, yes, sir. We're going to Jay Will. Talk to me.
Yo, what up?
It's a sad day, man. It's crazy, man. But nah, man. The writing was for this was kind of on the wall a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I know I saw us play, armchair quarterback. You know what I mean? Or hindsight's 2020. But it's just, yeah, there was small improvements that we all could see in Wilder. But as far as like just certain fundamentals, like the fact that he didn't have them when he got in trouble. The fact he didn't have him, it just made him being in trouble even worse. So, I mean, the way he was backing up, like anytime Tyson Fury, when he was pressing forward, every time Deontay would back up, he would just back in the straightest line he could back up in. He would back up in, with his head high, chin up in the air, just waiting for Tyson hitting with a 1-2. And it's just like, it was the stuff out of it, like it was just unfortunate for me to see him like look like that, because it's like I'm pretty sure they tell him to work on the jab, but in between corners, man, he's going to need a different corner. I know Ness, you may not feel it, may not feel that way. You think that everybody's just trying to jump on him now because he lost, but people were saying this because they don't want to be on the edge of their seat the whole fight because he done lost every single round, and now we got to bank when he lands that right hand, because even us as Wilder fans, we think he's down on the cards. So it's just man, he has too much athletic ability. Number one, for him not to be able to learn how to just jab and keep the jab out there. You know what I'm saying? I understand not jabbing against Ortiz because he's a lefty. But, you got to be able to at least throw some type of jab out there, Fury, at least to keep some type of distance. And that's fundamentals, man. And just how you want to back up and move your feet. I mean, I don't know, man. He's just going to have somebody in this corner who's not going to just go with the flow with him, who's going to scream at him. Because Breland, I mean, there's all the knowledge in the world in this corner. It's just, he needs somebody that I guess he obviously respects. And it's going to, allow him to to coach him, and that's the main. That's the main. Other than that, he better not get back in there with Fury again, man. Not on the rematch. He needs to take some tune-ups. There's no reason for him to have to go back in there again against Fury. He said he wants to fight 6 more years. He said or whatever, 5.5 more years. There's no reason for him to hop right back in there with Fury immediately because he doesn't know enough yet to beat Fury, and that's just facts.
All right, big dog. Thanks for calling in, homie. We appreciate it.
All right, let me go out to Rod in the. Actually, sorry about that, Rod. It is Info Joe.
Mr. Info Joe.
This portion of the show we call In the
Mr.
Know,
Info Joe.
presented by my brother.
Yo, you hear me?
Yes, sir, Info.
Hey, what up, Mike? What up, Ness? Man, let me get that crow, man, and a hard shot of crown on the side. Shit. Yo. Oh man, yeah, sad day, man. Sad day, man. Shout out to Fury, man. Shout out to the UK, man. He came with the right game plan and he executed it right, man. Shout out to Sugar Hill. He did that. I'm going to still ride with Wilder. I do believe that he should take the rematch. Just like I think if J-Rock doesn't take the rematch with Rosario, that belt, you don't know when you'll never get another opportunity to get that belt. And I do believe that he will take that belt back. Not back to the UK, but it will be back in the UK. I know he's still staying here, but it might be, how long. We don't know how long if he doesn't take that rematch. Anything can happen. And I want to see him with that belt back. He does need a new pair of eyes. I would say that. I wouldn't throw away the whole corner. If they got you there this far, keep them, but bring in a second pair of eyes. Just small things, man. Just him going back in a straight line, man, every single time Fury would press. Either you step to the left or you step to the right. But him going back with his hands down in the straight back line, that can be corrected, man. Just in his numbers, man. I seen the 1-2 there, man, in the 1-2-3, man. I think his numbers he need to pick his numbers up. You know what I'm saying? The probability of him knocking out Fury is more if his numbers is up. On a positive note, man, I will say the boxing whole event, man, it seemed like it was a beautiful event, man. All the stars came out, man. I hope the pay-per-view numbers do well so we can see a lot of cross promotion. And I think we achieved that as a whole, as boxing fans. So shout out to the boxing guys for that, man. And what else can I say? Shit. I want the rematch, man. It's still King of Wakanda forever. You know what I'm saying? And that's all I got, my brothers. Hit those thumbs up. You're listening to the voice of the people. There is no equal. Like I say, man, Ness been working hard. And Mike, if you guys gonna listen to the show, man, at least hit the thumbs up, man. Show your appreciation. If you ain't gonna be joining Patreon, at least hit the thumbs up, my boxing brothers. Peace, family.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Joe, thanks for calling in, brother. We going out to Trey. Talk to us.
What up, Trey? How you feeling today?
All right, keeping it moving. We got we went to Seattle already. We going to ride in A70.
Go to Seattle?
Hey, what's up, man? Hey, Mike, give me double crow because I picked Wilder and he got beat down, and I didn't pick Washington, but after listening to the call yesterday and everybody called in, I dropped 25 on the money line and lost. So go ahead and give me that double crow.
Didn't I give you a PSA, nigga, yesterday?
I know, I still did it. The better in me took a chance. The sports better in me took a chance, man. But I'll say this, man. after reading Facebook and Twitter and listening to some of these boxing guys on here that I know the sport, the humans aren't anything, man. I wish I could say the S word, but I know you guys are not trying to cuss, man. This guy 2 days ago was one of the hardest punchers to ever live, one of his hardest punches in history, and now he's nothing. He can't box. He need to go and figure out life. Life is over for him. Dude, he lost a fight, man. Ali lost a fight. Sugar Ray Leonard lost a fight. Lennox Lewis lost a fight. AJ lost a fight. Sugar Ray Robinson lost a fight. Joe Louis lost a fight. I mean, come on, man. He lost one fight. Did he do some bad things? He absolutely did. But he also got hit with a punch that presumably busted his eardrum. And I've experienced vertigo before. And it's a form of having an ear infection where crystals in your ear go down the wrong canal. And as you get up, you're off balance. I fell down 2 or 3 times. I had to lay in the bed for 3 straight days until I could stand up long enough to get to the ear doctor. So that thing is no joke. So if that's what he suffered, he wasn't himself. He wasn't even close to being himself. And I think we need to look at that and stop saying that this dude is absolutely terrible. And CYP was right, man. You guys are just so fickle, man. It's like the guy lost a fight. He will bounce back. Whether it's Fury or whoever, he's going to bounce back. He's a fighter. And I'll say this. He should take the rematch. Fury's not going to stick around for long. Fury's going to fight a couple more times. He's making a lot of money. Wilder needs to go ahead and take the rematch now. Be prepared. Do some of the things he did in the first fight. He knocked dude out in the 12th round in the first fight. He got caught with an ear shot that threw the whole fight off. Come back strong. Take 6 months off and do your thing, man. Don't listen to these people out here because they're not as bad as they say you are, and you're not as good as you think you are. Just remember that you're somewhere in the middle. That's my call.
All right, Rod, man. Thanks for calling in, homie.
All right. Who we got? Brandon Cincinnati. What up?
What up, B?
What up, Ness? What up, Mike? Shout out to y'all, man. Y'all been working hard as hell. I want to, give a shout out to Fox and ESPN for putting that event together. Man, we ain't spent enough time talking about both ring walks, man. Both ring walks were legendary. You know what I'm saying? The Throne and the King. Then you got Wilder. You got Wilder coming out to some fire-ass music. Shout out to that artist, too, man. He was giving me Nipsey Hussle vibes with that song he was doing. That shit was dope. Excuse my language. Shout out to the seating coordinator, too, man, who decided to put Bud Crawford and Errol Spence so next to each other in the stands. Man, I want to know who set that up. I wonder if they was expecting some fireworks coming from that. Then Earl posted a picture, like who set me next to all these top ranked niggas, and he had Shakur, Bud, and Bud's sister behind him smiling and stuff. That was pretty funny. Oh yeah, Stunner, you learned a valuable lesson the other day, man. Don't ever try to debate me, brother. I know too much. I tried to tell you about that Washington dude. You kept trying to debate me about how Washington was gonna win and how Washington would beat Dillian Whyte. And I tried to tell you over and over you was high on something, but I guess you will listen to me next time, bro. Don't ever try to debate me. Martin, destroyed that.
They don't watch boxing like we do.
Oh yeah. Ness, let me get my crow for Wilder. Let me get my crow. It is what it is. He'll bounce back. As far as Subriel Matias, I mean, similar to Wilder, man, the bully got, pushed down on. Subriel Matias is used to walking people down and overwhelming him. And that dude just didn't go nowhere, man. Dude stood tall, withstanding the early punishment, and ended up taking advantage of it and hurting Matias at the end of the fight. So, hopefully he could bounce back. He just got a contract. Amir Imam, man, his situation is sad, man. He's got the talent, but I don't think he got the heart and desire. I mean, his highlight of his career, I guess, is going to be him beating Dennis Ugas a few years back. At least he got that to hold his hat on. Navarrete is a beast. We all know that, but, I'm curious to see what he's going to do when he moves up to featherweight. One mind seeing him and Shakur Stevenson mix it up. That'd be a big fight for Shakur, get him in there with a popular Mexican.
Other
think
than
they
that,
gonna
man, I ain't gonna.
dismiss each other though, B. I think after Shakur unified, he gonna go up, and I think Navarrete gonna come up like right behind him. You know what I'm saying? So I think they'll just miss each other.
You got a good point there. You got a good point there. Yeah, So hopefully we get Navarrete the monster or something. But other than that, man, like I said, it was a beautiful weekend, man. Y'all.
Brandon, man, thanks for calling in. Let's see. Um, it looks like we got New Jersey zone.
Just like the king is what I mean. The king is what I mean.
What up, I mean?
Yo, TBV Familia, que pasa? Mike, what's good, baby?
What it is, man? Still
What up?
out here supporting.
Listen, man. Yo, I called in last night. That shit was jam packed. I'm gonna get right to it, man. And thanks for all the hard work y'all been doing, man. Because even when you following the shows, when you miss something, man, you guys got you leave no stone unturned. I want to say right quick, y'all did the show, and that's the only thing I could say I was wrong about. So let me get my crow, and then I'll get to it. Let me get my crow. Alright. Yo, TBV leaves no stone uncovered. Y'all did a whole show as to whether or not the eye will open up. And it's crazy that in reverse, you know, Wilder's ear seems to be an issue. But listen, the better man won the fight. You know, the better man won the fight. Is nothing against Wilder. Like this is what we've been talking about. Like, this is what we said about Joshua. This is what I said about myself in terms of just anybody that engages in boxing, anybody engaged in anything. The loss ain't what's messing with people. It's how do you return from the loss. So, I mean, that Joshua fight, that looks more reasonable. Even the Dillian Whyte, is some footage with Dillian Whyte and Johnny Nelson watching him fight. So he's like, oh, it looks like I'm going to fight Fury. I don't know. Wilder talk crazy slick about Whyte. So, you know what I mean? Like, and I'm a fan of boxing. So I love Wilder, but I love boxing. Wilder's loss was good for boxing. You know what I'm saying? Like, respect to the man, respect to everybody. If I got enough time, I'm going to jump right quick. Jay Diaz, homeboy was talking about they got like a football committee, so he ain't really noticed that what Mark Brilliant was thinking. The fact that you got that little chink in the communication, it's no disrespect to nobody, but you got to tighten up that circle. Maybe it's a little bit too wide, you know what I mean? I don't know if he didn't want to feel accountable or he just, that's just how they run it. But he was saying, like, it's like a head coach and offense coordinator, and he don't necessarily know who's calling the plays. You got to know who's calling the plays, man. So I'm out. I ain't going to hold up the line, man. Beautiful what y'all fellas do. Boxing is freaking, I respect that. Boxing is freaking back, y'all. I'm out, man. Peace.
Popping all this champagne, popping all this rosé, getting money like Jose, chain code Norway, shorty want that full play, I'm like, no way, gotta rock it like Coldplay, killing it, OJ, getting cheese like Green Bay.
Jose, my guy, what's going on?
Yo, boys, what's up, man? Man, it was a sad day, man, to see Deontay lose, to be honest, but I wouldn't say that I was surprised, man. And not because I don't think Deontay is the better fighter, because I think he is, but he was just too arrogant, man. That's the truth, too arrogant. Every time you heard him on the mic, he was talking about how he was anointed and he was amazing and this, that, and the other. I think he had a little bit of humble pie, and sometimes it's needed, man. Even before the fight, he was walking through the casino, burning energy he doesn't have to. Focused on the entrance, this, that, the other. I mean, Tyson does that, but that's Tyson Fury, right? I mean, let this be a lesson to Deontay, man. You can't go easy on your opponent because he got made a fool of, man, and that's harsh. And Tyson Fury toyed around with him. The way I saw it, it seemed like one of those old school wrestling fights when Tyson Fury wouldn't pin him. He could have finished him long before, and he took his time with him and played with him. And I hope Deontay sees the fight and realizes what Fury did. Thank his lucky stars that he's got an amazing coach in Mark Breland that actually stopped the fight. That other guy, man, I know he may be on TVB and this, that, the other, but to me, that guy's a real piece of shit, man. Throwing his friend under the bus, no loyalty, saying that Mark Breland acted with with no authority to stop the fight. And hopefully Deontay has some humility and realizes that was the right thing to do, because that may have saved his career. So big props to Mark for doing that. And then from there, I'm betting on Deontay to win the rematch. I hope he takes the rematch. Don't listen to those haters like Max. But Max is the same asshole who said Chocolatito was the greatest boxer on the planet, man. Just like all these other haters talking shit, man. That's what people do. When you're down, they want to kick you. So Deontay's going to win the rematch. He's going to take the rematch. He's going to take things more serious, and I'm going to be there to watch him win, man, because that guy's special, and I hope he truly brings it. And it was a great fight, though. You got to give props to Fury. Beautiful fight. That's all I got, boys. Good coverage. Peace.
Peace, Jose. Talk to you. We got Jonathan Sims. Talk to us.
Hello, John.
Hey, what's going on? What's up, buddy? Let me have it, man. Go ahead and give me that crowd. Yeah, that was a tough one, man. Wilder, I mean, that's my guy, man. He's still like a hero to me, dude. Even as a grown ass man, it sucked to see him get beat like that. Let me get it right into it. Mike, for the most part, I'm with you, dog. You know what I'm saying? You got a brilliant mind, by the way, but I'm with you. Other than, it's just hard to look at this one as just a loss, just because of the way Wilder lost. It was tough to see my champ get beat like that, but I love your spirit, dog, and I love your attitude about this. I'm agreeing with you. I think that anybody who gave Wilder the second round is just kind of in denial, because, I mean, at the end of the second round, Wilder just spit out blood, and I thought, to me, was the start. That was actually the start of it all. Like, Fury caught him with that one or that two at the side of the ropes. And Wilder just had to kind of hold on. I don't know if people peeped it, and he just kind of had his poker face from there on. But he was hurt from that punch, and therefore it was just a matter of time. But I definitely think he should take the third fight. I think there's three things he need to work on. Two of them can be resolved at once, which is his defense and footwork, and somebody who can apply pressure to him. But he definitely needs to just kind of work on his defense a little bit. And I agree with some of the callers with bringing someone in, maybe a Floyd Mayweather Sr. or a Derek. Just a little tune-up, you know what I'm saying? Just a little tune-up. Instead of blocking so high, a little lower. And, work on that movement a little bit. But I definitely think he can win this rematch, and I think he should take it. And I agree with Ming and Jose. They kind of stole my point of the night with, I thought that was some bullshit what J. Diaz did. Like, to me, he just said some shit to save his own ass. Like, y'all a team, man. Y'all ride or die together. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't throw your man under the bus like that. That was some bitch shit right there. Sorry. That was weak. That was real weak that he did that. I know he a friend of the show, but that was weak. Wilder, if you listening, man, we love you, dog. Get healthy. But you need to check him for that. Like, even if you disagree, man, you don't say it out in public. My girl, my wife, she do something out in public I disagree with, I'm standing behind her. When we get behind closed doors, then I'm addressing it. And that's how real men handle situations. To me, he kind of folded under pressure. But it is what it is, man. Ness, hold your head up, dog. You know, it's days like this, you know what I'm saying, to make us appreciate the good days. So we'll bounce back, man. Wilder's that dude. He got it in him. To me, the best time to take a guy is when he's coming off his highest victory. So, to me, Fury just is vulnerable. That's my call.
Yeah, man. No matter how people want to twist it around, bro, my head is held up very high because it's like I said, you can't compare this to AJ. Ruiz isn't Fury. He's just not. You know what I mean? So, Wilder is not shamed because he lost. People want to shame him because when you are at the top, that's what happens. You know, they pay to see you lose. That's what Mayweather said. And as far as Jose saying, you know, that he was too arrogant, you know, I can see that. But I never go down that route because I always look at Mayweather and say, well, then God never smited him. Karma never turned around on him. And ain't been no one more arrogant than Floyd. No one. You know what I mean? And Floyd, he's got a checkered past. So karma never hit him. He did his thing. No matter who they put in front of him. So, yeah, it's not about being arrogant. You're entitled as a competitor to speak confidently about yourself and the belief of what it is you can do in whatever said sport that you are competing in. I don't think arrogance has anything to do with it. I know people like to believe that, but then just remember Floyd. Floyd never lost, and there was none more arrogant than him. Antonio Albany.
Yo, what's going on, man? First off, great show so far. Great fight last night. And for the callers calling in, man, about Tyson Fury's weight and how it was an advantage and whatever and so forth, it wasn't an advantage, bro. This is the thing, man. If Wilder was if Wilder was better than Tyson Fury, he could have boxed him off with his jab. Because let's be honest with you, Wilder has a fucking great jab. He just, for some odd reason, he just didn't want to use it like that. See, this is the thing. If he had a trainer like Floyd Mayweather Sr., or let's say, you know, I know, rest in peace, man, to Emanuel Stewart. Man, he just needs a trainer that could teach him how to box, man, because, Wilder, he got the legs, he got that long jab, and being that Tyson Fury was heavy last night, he could just box him around the ring, man. It's crazy. It's like when Joshua boxed circles around Andy Ruiz.
Bruh,
same thing. Wilder could do that, man.
Did Fury move around a ring like he was heavy? You can't. Just because he came
I
in
know,
heavy.
but it's just I just feel like yeah. But the thing is, man, Wilder is so much quicker than Tyson Fury, man. Like, I don't understand. I just feel like he needs a better trainer.
He's not.
And
but he's not, though. When have you seen Fury, or rather Wilder, move the way that Fury does? You know, you can't say that he's so much quicker.
Shit. But so you're saying that if they have a third match, man, Wilder can't win that fight?
I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, when you talk about boxing and speed, Fury was always the faster dude. He's the one always been on his toes. That's always been impressive, dog, to be that heavy and be on your toes for that many rounds.
Nah, but you know what? At the end of the day, man, ain't no shame, losing to the number one heavyweight in the world, man. I mean, if anything, man, we could say Tyson Fury might be the Floyd Mayweather of the heavyweight division. You know what I'm saying? He's undefeated. He's the lineal champion. Now he's, I guess, WBC and so forth. And, man, if you don't fight Wilder next, I see Tyson Fury being undefeated for a while and beating AJ. But that's about it, man. Great fucking fight, man. History in the making. Well, actually, history was actually, done last night. So, anyways, good show. And that's about it, man.
All right. Yeah, I wouldn't even say he's the Mayweather heavyweight division. He's more than that. His knockout ratio is greater. I can't really say he's more entertaining, but he's I guess because they could be argued or debated. So I would say
I think Floyd got more knockouts than Fury got fights.
Yeah, but percentage.
Yeah, but Floyd got like 50 fights.
Exactly.
Got 30.
And that's what I'm saying. Percentage.
So what Fury get to 50, see how many knockouts he had.
I mean, Fury just showed us whenever he won a knockout, he could get it.
Hey, man. Caught somebody with a good shot.
Jerron, Louisiana.
Hello?
What up, champ?
Yeah, man, that was, again, I call that late. It was a tough one to watch. I do think Wilder can win the rematch, but like I said, he's going to have to go back to the drawing board. I agree with the two callers that talked about bringing in Floyd Mayweather Sr., because I believe Floyd Mayweather Sr. would get his footwork right, he'd get his defense right, and he would have some point combinations, which is what he needs to do, because he needs to start hurting people with other punches besides that right hand, so that people can't just sit there and wait on him and throw that right hand on night, and it open it up more if he's hurting people with left hooks or uppercuts, and things of that nature. So like if like what happened last night, if he'd have been looking to catch Fury with an uppercut, and Fury coming in, the fight might have went different. But yeah, you got to go back to the drawing board. But I'm not like a lot of those other people calling. I'm not abandoning Wilder. I do think he will bounce back. And if he's gonna take the immediate rematch, then he definitely needs to make drastic changes before he does, so that when he comes back, he can come back and get his belt back. That's my call.
All right. Jerron, man, thanks for calling in. We going out to Junior Houston.
JR, what's going on?
Oh, he ain't want to talk. He dropped off. Like, no, don't go to me. Phil Walker.
Yo, what's up, man? It's Phil Walker, man, Mr. 100%. Look, check this out. First thing first. Shouts out to Tyson Fury, man. He came in with a good game plan, did what he was supposed to do. Congratulations to the Gypsy King. Look, there's a couple things I think Wilder did wrong coming into the fight. First things first. I think the weight was an issue. To me, from the beginning of the fight, it seemed as though that Deontay Wilder was a little gassed. It seemed like he didn't have his legs underneath him. I think that posed a big problem for somebody that's coming at you, like Tyson Fury, that's 273 pounds. That was an issue for him. Okay? We all know that Tyson Fury moves a lot better than Deontay Wilder. And with the added weight, he moved even better than him last night. Next thing, Deontay Wilder, he fights too upright, man. He needs to put a little squat, get a little more power behind his jab. He does throw a good jab, but he throws the jab from the shoulder. He needs to step with it, and it'll create a lot more power instead of just having a flicking jab, a blinding jab, in order to throw the right hand. He needs to focus more on his fundamentals and his boxing skills. The next thing is Deontay Wilder also needs to basically work on his defense. I'm preaching the same thing everybody else is. I mean, at the end of the day, when you're as big as you are, it's okay for you to be able to step back defensively against fighters that you're a lot more rangier than. You're not more rangier than Tyson Fury. So guess what? You need to work on your angles. With that being said, look, I think Deontay Wilder needs to take the immediate rematch for the simple fact that I don't think there's anywhere else for him to go at this point. So with that being said, I think there's some things that he can correct. I think he will come back better. But Tyson Fury looked amazing last night. He's going to really have to step his game up if he's going to beat Tyson Fury. I'm looking forward to it. This is good for boxing. Boxing is back. Appreciate you guys giving me a chance to speak my piece on the call.
All right, brother. Thanks for calling in, Phil Walker. We going out to Zoe. Talk to us.
Oh, what's going on? I just wanted to say, I think that loss, it was good for Wilder. He needs to, he really needs to go to the drawing board. These are things that have been said for years, that his technical errors were eventually going to catch up with him. Even though he's 34 years old, to me, he's not an old, beat-up 34 at all. I just think that he needs to get like a new tactician in there. And I think sometimes when you humble like this, it kind of is going to have force him, to change style. I can't really see him trying to get back in there and box, with the same windmills and the same, bringing his feet together and pulling his head straight back and, jabbing on his tippy toes. And there's all the technical errors that he was making, So I think that, to me, I look at it like how George Foreman lost. George Foreman was real wild like that, and then when he lost Ali, he kind of came back and was able to tighten up his shots, stuff like that. So, I hope that this humbles him and makes him go back to the drawing board and learn fundamentals. Thank you.
All right, brother. Well, thank you for calling in, Zoe. Appreciate that. We're going out to Bo in Bama. Talk to me.
I don't believe no motherfucking beat me. And I'm not supposed to. My nephew is an elite fighter, so he ain't gonna. He wanna fight the guy that's proven himself and a guy that people think he can't beat, and that's how you get paid. Right? All right?
Yeah, I ain't. What up, fellas? I ain't want to call in because I'm gonna be cussing in everything, man. But I finally figured out something to say in which I wouldn't actually be cussing and whatnot. But you're speaking on the Floyd comparison. As far as that, Floyd was really cocky and extremely confident, but Floyd also got to put stipulations on his fights as well. He could just imagine if Deontay would have told Fury he couldn't come in at over 250 or something like that. At that point, you know what I'm saying? Not only could he be confident, but he also confident in his matchmaking as well. So I don't know. I do feel Deontay was a little overconfident in training camp and stuff. I feel like he can get better. And in training camp, I feel like he ain't learning nothing new. I watched Ryan Garcia pick up a mean left hook, you know what I'm saying, when he changed trainers. You can get better. I feel like he ain't been getting better. He just been complacent with who he is, believing in who he is, not what he could be. You know what I'm saying? So he going to have to step it up and pick up some new skills, you know what I'm saying? Because you can do it. He athletic, he gifted, he is blessed, but he going to have to learn some new shit. He going to have to learn some new stuff to be able to beat Fury, because Fury is an amazing fighter, and Fury be getting better and everything. Fury changed his host. He was mauling. I like that. He was mauling. He was fighting like a big dog. So, yeah, props to Fury. Deontay can beat Fury, but he's going to have to step it up. He's going to have to hit the heavy bet. All that stuff he don't be really doing a lot. He's going to have to do it and pick up some new skills. And that's really all I got. Shout out Don King and Roger Mayweather.
All right, Bo, Bama, thanks for calling in. Looks like we got Israel, Oklahoma. Talk to me.
Hey, good evening, Nez. Good evening, Mike.
What up?
What up, fellas? Thanks for all the content, man. You guys, I'm exhausted. I can't see how y'all even did this shit or this stuff. I'm sorry. I just came to get my crow. All right, that's it. I just had to take my licks. Appreciate you. See you next week, and y'all have a good night. Be good.
You sound like Bill Clinton. I swear.
All right, brother.
You think that was Bill Clinton?
I mean, now that you say it, I heard it at the end for sure. Looks like we going to Kevin in Chicago.
Trainer situation. And I thought Fury was older than Wilder. For some reason, I thought Fury was much older than Wilder. Looked up the age, and it's Wilder who's 34, Fury's 31. They caught me off surprise. I think it has to do with the maturity level. Fury's mature beyond his years, and for Wilder to he likes having yes men around him. That dude JD's, that dude's a yes man. Fury don't like someone that come in his camp and challenge him, not praise every little thing he does. So that's why I keep someone like JD's around his corner. And if that dude didn't come out and say, "Oh no, he's a warrior, we don't throw him to tell this and that," Fury probably would have got rid of him. He was probably scared of Wilder. Wilder's the type of dude that would punch the dude in the face if he didn't shine his shoes. I think that just has to do with Wilder's maturity level. Very immature, arrogant guy. Got beat down. All is right in the world. All is right.
I would say thanks for calling in, Kevin, but that would be an overstatement.
Listen, man, what Wilder, Team Wilder, everybody needs to understand is that every dog has this day. You know, the sun shines on the dog's ass one day, and this is their day. They get to gloat. You know, we had ours June 1st, and we rode that until December 7th. So it is what it is, man. You know, the quicker you guys realize it, the sooner you'll get over it. 917 new caller, New York City. Who's this? (917) going once.
Yo, Ness, what's good, man?
What up, brother? Who's this?
Yo, man, it's the first time caller, man. I'm calling out in Harlem. Everything good with y'all, man?
Yeah. What's your name, Harlem?
Oh, yeah, man. Name is Getty, man, and I first just got to salute y'all, man. I'm just calling just to say to my man Wilder, keep your head up. I definitely wouldn't mind seeing him with the rematch for Fury. I think it's necessary. Wilder says that he's a champ. We all heard him say that he lives a life of a champion, So I see the champ going back to get his belt if Fury still has it by that time. And that's really all I have, man. I'm still as shocked, to be honest. And that's really it, man. I just wanted to call in just to show love, give my best respects to Wilder. Definitely salute to Fury for getting the W. And salute to you and Mike for holding it down, man. Y'all definitely doing your thing for sure.
Now you said Getty, right? Because I just want to, in case you call in the future, I want to address you properly.
Oh, yeah, I appreciate that, brother. Yeah, his name is Getty, man.
Getty in Harlem. All right, brother. Well, thank you again for calling in. Appreciate it. We're going to Zordo. Talk to me.
Yo, let me get my crow. Man, Fury, Tyson Fury came in there and did what he was supposed to do. And shout out to Deontay and Tyson Fury, man, for putting on the show. For Fury for putting on the show, and I guess we're going to get closer to a unified heavyweight champion. I don't know if Deontay Wilder needs to jump in for an immediate rematch. He probably just need to get his mind right and get focused and figure out and study that match and see where he went wrong and come to a conclusion. He may need to pull in some people himself so he can get some of those errors right before he goes in there and gets at Fury again. Because, Fury goes back into training camp, he's going to only get better. That dude looked like a monster in there on top of a Wilder. So, man, shout out to Wilder, shout out to Fury, shout out to the Boxing Voice for all the coverage, all of what y'all boys do. Man, we appreciate it. That's my call right there.
All right, brother. Well, thank you for calling in. We're going out to Stainless Boomerang.
It might be at work, Ness, you know what I'm saying? My guy be getting it in.
Yo, the joint call me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, we still getting down here. First off, give me my crow. Now, I like to start my call by first giving a special shout out to people like Big Nick, Steve from the UK, believe it or not, even AD, and PSK, even though you don't get to call in anymore. Man, y'all guys, y'all took this win humbly, you know what I'm saying? And I appreciate that. Y'all didn't do like, Donnie and start disrespecting some black man for being a black man, or do like loyalty and all of a sudden think I'm supposed to bow down to you because you won a fight. I'm all good with the competitive rivalry, but for some of y'all just losing in there, like y'all beat me personally or something. So y'all need to calm that down, man. To all my U.S. callers and my Wilder fans, I'll give y'all the rest of the day to be sad, and then it's back to that we U.S., man. We ain't got time to be acting all sad, man. You know how many times we'd have been through defeat and had to come back up just to show the world what it looked like to be a winner? That's all I can say on that, man. And to my people at TBV, man, people tell me I work hard. You cats have been working hard the whole time of this fight week. Y'all could have ran, you know what I'm saying, and hid under a rock like the UK did, you know what I'm saying, last June when Joshua lost, but you didn't. You came right back with an immediate reaction, have probably done 5 shows since then. And for some reason, there's motherfuckers who still think that it's right to get in this chat and disrespect y'all. Like, y'all want to disrespect Wilder, man, that bothered me, but it bothers me even more when y'all want to disrespect the only podcast that lets callers call in and give their opinion. So if you want to be on this shit, if you real like the rest of us real supporters, then please make sure you push this. Please make sure that you share this in every episode of the Boxing Voice podcast. This is TBV for life. And if you ain't on Patreon, that's because you stupid. Shout out to El Camino. Peace.
Ohio runs boxing. Marcus, what up?
What's good, y'all? What's good?
What
man,
up? What
man,
up? What
man,
up?
Man, what a night! What a night! What a night, man! Y'all already know, man. It was crazy. I made my prediction, man. I had thought Wilder was gonna get him on 5, but I was telling people too, man. My prediction video on my Facebook, I said, don't be surprised if Tyson is able to hurt him because we seen it in the first fight. Tyson did what we've seen in boxing history, man. We've seen the guys who's not known being a power puncher push the boogeyman, the guy in the division that's the most feared back. You know, Sean Porter wasn't known for that, and he pushed Earl back. He made it a fight, man. Tony Harrison, he pushed, Charlo back, man. He made a good fight stand on there. He just should have mixed it up. But, you can go on and on about the guys who's the most feared and power punchers and scared, man. But the thing is, Tyson Fury, congratulations. I got to eat my crow myself. It was a good fight, man. I just didn't think it was going to happen like that. I think to put the icing on it was just, dang, Black History Month. And I was at the movie theaters watching it, and it was stacked. It was a lot of love, man. And I remember one girl next to me, Ness, her popcorn fell as soon as Wilder fell. It was like slow motion. It was like, no! The popcorn was just falling out as soon as Wilder fell, man. And it was devastating, man. You seen the king just get the throne. But just like you said, we got to know how to take our L's, man. Take that. I'm good. I'm controlling myself on my post, man. It's like you got to know how to take your L's, man, because we was doing the same thing when AJ went down. We was happy and going on. Now, listen, take your L's. Stop getting so mad, and listen, give him his props, man. And the comparison to Floyd, I'm looking more, and people might be mad, but look at Muhammad Ali, man. Ali, Tyson Fury, people don't want to do it. Oh, man, I can't believe you're saying that. But listen, man, he's a heavyweight. I would compare 2 heavyweights, and I'm going with Floyd. But I don't know what you think about that, Ness, but that's my call, man. Support the show, and we eating our crow, man. Stand behind our champion. He's still our champ, man. We got to show love, man. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. Congratulations, Tyson Fury. But what you think about the Muhammad Ali type of comparison to Tyson Fury, man? Is that too much? Is that going across the line? What is that, man? All right, y'all, that's my call. I'm out.
I mean, stylistically, yeah, man. He's the only dude that is a heavyweight that moves on his toes like Fury, like Ali. He's the only dude that could resemble Ali stylistically in the heavyweight division. So I mean, I get it. And let's be real. He's the only dude keeps beating the boogeyman, you know what I mean? He beat the dude that was reigning for 12 years, then he beat the dude that was, knocking out people for 12 years. He's like the 12-year killer. So, fuck, man. Junior in Toronto.
Let me eat my crow barbecue sauce, man. It is what it is. I'm still always going to support Wilder. You know what I mean? To me, he's still a phenomenal fighter. I just kind of find it funny after he lost. All of a sudden, everybody is his corner or, advising that he should, leave his corner or adjust, stuff like that. And I'm like, bruh, before the fight all happened, we were all just cheering for Wilder. And we're all laughing at Fury, putting his hands in saline and making all the adjustments and all that. And all of a sudden now Wilder has to make all these changes. Come on, bro. Like, we're all excited with the knockouts. You know, we're all behind him. We were all saying he doesn't need to change anything. Nothing.
Brother, there's something wrong with your phone, man. You're gonna have to go back, listen to the playback. You have a very bad pause. I don't know if it's a magic jack, it's a Bluetooth, but it's horrible. Boston Jared, talk to me.
First and foremost, I know I didn't call in and make a prediction, but I picked Wilder, so serve me that crow. So, real quick, I don't want to spend too much time on the Floyd comparison, but you mentioned Floyd earlier, and he was an arrogant dude. He was real cocky, but he was also supremely skilled, and I would argue that his skill level probably matched his level of cockiness. So, the next thing I'll say, as far as the change of trainer goes, man, I'm not sure at 34 years old if that's something that's feasible for him. I just feel like there's so many deficiencies that he has in his fundamentals, man. It's almost like a complete renovation for a house. It's not like a quick fixer upper. He needs to really, really like go back to the basics, man. And I don't know if a trainer is willing to take that on at this point. I mean, Floyd Mayweather Senior. Maybe a Ronnie Shields, maybe. I'm not sure. I know he wants to keep him away from Ajagba, but Ronnie's a guy that might be able to help him out. Maybe Bomac, I'm not sure. The last thing I'll mention, the one thing I noticed about this cat, man, is he keeps on wanting to put on weight and he keeps on wanting to bulk up. I feel like that extra bulk is really affecting his range of motion. And when your range of motion is adversely affected, especially in a sport like boxing or track, when you need that quick twitch, that explosiveness, he seems very lethargic at times. His punches don't seem to have much snap, especially that jab. It seemed like more of a push jab and not. It didn't really have much snap on it. So maybe it's strength and conditioning. I don't know, man. That was real tough to watch last night, man. That was really, really, really tough to watch. If I'm Al Heyman, I'm having a serious conversation with JD's and Mark Breland about how to move forward, man. Because you can't send him back out there like that, man. That's not going to be good for him, and it's definitely not going to be good for Al Heyman, the business you're running. So that's it. That's my call, guys.
Boston Jared, throw in a towel. Talk to us.
Yo, what up, man? Let me get that crow. Yeah, man, shout out to Fury. He did his thing. You know, I'm still riding with Wilder, though. But, man, that was a tough one. I wanted to ask, do y'all think, like, that outfit he had on, man, y'all think that, like, took some oxygen from him and kind of had a little weight on his legs? Because I noticed when he took the mask off, he kind of had, like, a little darkness under his eyes, as if he had it on a little bit too long. Go ahead, I didn't hear you.
I was going to say he was definitely rubbing his eyes, though.
Yeah, man. Yeah, but I don't know about this rematch. I think maybe they can give him a little. I don't know who it would be though, being that he was a champ. I was gonna say maybe he can get a little tune-up or something before he go right in there with Fury. But he definitely needs some more eyes in his camp, man. I don't like how he backs straight up with his hands down, and it's like he's not really setting up the right hand. He's just pawing that jab out there and trying to come with it. I think he needs to do a little bit more, man, for the next time. But I don't want to hold up the line, but that's my thoughts on it, man.
Edward, Alabama. What up, Alabama?
What up, Ed?
Hey, what's up, man? Salute to the champ. You know, you win some, you lose some. It's how I feel, man. Everybody need to cut this shit about he need a new trainer. He didn't lose that fight because of any trainer. He got pushed back with a superior strategy and got caught. Once that ear went out, it was a wrap. So I don't see what kind of training he could have avoided that. Fury came in with a better fight plan, took it to him and beat him. Let's stop all the excuses. Let's stop looking for reasons why he's not complaining. It happens, man. We fell in love with this Mayweather generation, man. Boxers, especially heavyweight fighters, do not go undefeated. They just honored 3 guys in the ring, and all of them got losses. All of them been slept. So let's just respect the champ. Let's respect Fury. He did what everything he said while everybody was talking shit, talking about he's a cokehead and all this crap. Everything he said he's gonna do, he came in and did. That's taking your L. Let's not start overanalyzing and talking about his trainers and all this. Wilder did not get beat because he just got beat. It wasn't no training regimen, none of that. He just got beat.
I don't think
and shit broke my heart to see that happen to him. Huh?
I don't think Evander got slept.
Who got slept?
Evander, all of them got slept. I know Mike and Lennox Lewis got slept, but Evander got slept too.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, I mean, Evander did get beat up by kind of in a similar fashion by James Toney.
James Toney
kind of just beat him up. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, dropped him, and they threw the towel in. But yeah, okay, you know what I'm saying. But he been beat. You know what I'm saying? Because Wilder technically didn't get slept. He was still open. His eyes were wide open. But man, when your equilibrium goes like that, man, I think that was merciful, man. He needed to throw that towel in because there was nothing he can do. He could never gather himself. Me and my brother was watching that. We have never seen nobody's ear bleeding like that before. That's crazy. I mean, so let's just take the L, man. He's gonna come back strong, man. If y'all real Wilder fans, man, you can take a loss, man. Cut this Mayweather shit out. This is what happens in real fighting when the best fights the best. Sometimes it's your night, sometimes it's not. You know what I'm saying? God bless him and his family. I'm glad everybody's home safe, and I enjoyed the fight. I'll pay for the next one and the next one. That's my call. Appreciate it.
Edward, man, thanks for calling in. We're going out to, I think this is Baltimore. 202. Who's this? Two.
Hey, 202 is Johnny. How are you?
Johnny?
Yeah.
Johnny, where you calling in
I
from?
was just calling. I'm calling in from Detroit, Michigan.
All right. Talk to us.
I had a couple of things I wanted to address. I think we as boxing fans, we got to kind of change our expectations. A loss is something that happened, and I feel like we have so much expectation in social media, like take a loss to a whole different level, and that's why we don't get to see a lot of the fights that we want to see, because these fighters know that they put their whole career at risk if they lose. And if that happens, you losing checks and all of this happening. I think casual fans get on social media and they making memes and they doing this, and they kind of make a lot of fighters apprehensive about taking these good fights. Like everybody been saying, every great fighter is taking a loss before the Floyd era. And I think we as boxing fans, true boxing fans, need to redirect the narrative and make people understand that it's all right to take a loss. A true champion going to show his character by coming back and winning. Deontay Wilder got a lot of things he need to work on, and this is an eye-opening event for him. Hopefully he do take the necessary steps, because throughout his career he relied so much on his right hand. He never had the true growth that he could have as a fighter, and I think this is going to give him a chance to be humble, reevaluate his career. I think he do need to change up some things in his corner. And I just want to say thank you, guys. I was at work last night, and I saw your reaction. I wasn't able to actually catch the fight until this morning. I DVR'd it. But I just want to say thank you for having the platform for real boxing fans. And I think us true boxing fans and the work that you guys are putting in, it shouldn't be overshadowed by people making memes and casual fans and people who don't really know much about the sport. I think we need to take our sport back. That's my time.
All right, brother. Well, thank you for calling in. Definitely appreciate the call. We got you down, so we will be addressing you properly in the future. Looks like we got a couple of more callers here.
And real quick, big ups to I forgot the guy's name, but he said really both slept Evander in the third fight. I think I don't know how old Evander was then, but I always thought, you know what I'm saying, Evander had one of them good chins, because people always complain about him using his head and shit in fights.
Oh, yeah. He definitely was good with the head, though. I remember that. But
And don't forget, if you're watching right now on YouTube, man, we almost got 1,300 watching, man. So I need like what is that? 650 thumbs up, man, for half. Come on, man, let's push that thumb up count to 650 so we can get half of everybody watching. Smash that thumbs up button, and then we can try for half. You know what I'm saying? Baby steps, baby steps.
We're going out to Lamar. Talk to me.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Yeah, I just want to say, I know last night when I was watching the fight, I mean, it was live. I was emotionally watching it, and I was trying to see what was going on. I had a chance to watch it again today and kind of watch it and analyze it. Wilder's definitely going to take this rematch, and I really think that Wilder can beat Fury. I don't know how I didn't notice this yesterday, but from the beginning, something was seriously wrong with Wilder's right leg. Like, I don't know what exactly it was, but I don't know if I wasn't watching because I was just watching their fist and their head movement. But if you guys watch the fight, pay attention to his right leg from the very beginning. Like, it was messing up his mobility. It was making his shots look sloppy because he was trying to lean off of his left side. But something was really wrong with his right leg, and I guarantee it's going to come out soon. I don't know exactly what it is, but I want everybody to check that out. Just pay attention to his legs from the very beginning. Something's wrong with his right leg. And that was all I had to say.
All right, brother. Well, thank you for calling in. We're going out to Matthew. Talk to me, Matthew.
What up, Matty?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Hey. So I thought that I've been waiting because I personally think Wilder talks a lot of smack about other fighters, so I've kind of been wanting him to lose for a while. But the way it happened last night, I thought it was quite nasty. I felt really bad for him, and I'm a bit worried about whether he can make the adjustment if he was to fight Fury again, because, when AJ lost, he changed his strategy to try and outpoint instead of going for the knockout. But I don't know if Wilder can make the same adjustment. So I'm not sure if it's a great idea for him to fight Fury again. I think there's a lot of good fights out there for him still, if he can recover all right. It's not the end of the world. A lot of people are saying that apart from Floyd, everyone loses. But even Floyd had some decisions that were questionable. So, that's my call.
Well, all right. Thank you for calling in. We're going out to L Dog, New Zealand.
What up, L Dog?
Yeah, what up, guys? Look, I'm finally glad people have said, being undefeated is not everything, because people put extremely unrealistic expectations on fighters when Floyd Mayweather retired. They expected Wilder to go undefeated and break Floyd Mayweather's record, albeit with more knockouts. Let me just put it to you this way. Rocky Marciano retired undefeated. However, he has nowhere near the resume of Muhammad Ali, who retired with multiple losses. It's your wins that will define you at the end of the day, not your losses. Yeah, exactly. So it's the wins that will define you. Now, that being said, Wilder doesn't really have any career-defining victories, and I question whether he can get one at this age. I think taking the third fight would be a bad idea for Wilder, simply because Tyson Fury neutralized Wilder so well. He established lead hand dominance, which didn't allow Wilder to use his left hand or his lead hand as the rangefinder. As a result, he didn't throw any right hands, and Fury was able to tee off on him. So, and people want to bring up that the leg was injured. However, if you look at Wilder's footwork, it's always been pretty poor. He tends to square up a lot, which is why Fury was able to knock him down with a body shot. So that there's a number of technical errors I'm just not sure Deontay Wilder will be able to correct at this age. But people shouldn't hate on him because he lost. They should praise him for fighting the best and seeking to fight the best. That's all I've got to say.
Thanks for calling in, big homie.
All right, New Zealand. Thanks for calling. Looking like day and night.
What up, day night?
Yeah, bro. Shit. What the question is, Ness?
Actually, yeah. Should he take the rematch? Should he do a tune-up, or should he?
Bruh should. Well, honestly, if he want to come back and give it a straight another shot, I guess that's what he should do. I guess that's real. He just should go ahead and just get back, and if he get whooped again, then just 1 minute. But if he can get it, then all bets to him. So yeah, that's my call.
All right, brother. Well, thanks for calling in. We're going out to beat Paulie in Michigan.
Business.
Mike, something wrong with your mic.
What up, though? What up, though, Mike? What up, man?
What up?
Chilling, man. Hey, shout out to y'all again, man, just for working hard, man. I hear you. I hear your voice, man. I hear your frequency, bro. I know you drained, man. It'll be good, though, man. You a strong cat. Keep riding through this. Hey, but look, good fight, man. I got the crow because I bet on Wilder. Why? Called out Wilder. But I did put money on Fury too, man. So I kind of broke even. But look, Wilder, I think he got to work on his lateral movement. I think that would have nullified a lot of the weight advantage that Tyson Fury supposedly had would have been a disadvantage if Wilder would have moved a little bit more laterally. And I think he needs to step to the left a little bit when he throw that right, so he can line up right. And yeah, some technical things he got to do, but I don't think he necessarily got to change trainers and nothing like that. Hopefully, at the age of 34, he can adjust, humble himself, and I'm very interested to see his response, on social media or any type of thing like that, because I want to see if he still blames his trainer or if he faults Breland for throwing in the towel after watching the fight himself. So hopefully, he kind of see where the trainer will want to throw in the towel, but on another tip, man, any of y'all guys that bet, that really in the betting, y'all need to check out Gematria. I ain't gonna promote nobody else YouTube page, but just check out Gematria. Y'all find a lot of advantages if you go be betting for real. Cause I'm just gonna say check out Gematria, bro. The shit is crazy, man. The money I've been winning the last few months from these numbers is crazy. So shout out to TBV, shout out to Ness, Mike. Y'all smash that like, man. And like Stainless say, if you ain't on Patreon, you stupid. Shit only $5, man. Fuck out of here. Sorry for my language. Peace out.
All right, beat Paulie, man. Thanks for calling in, brother. Appreciate that. Cruise Control, talk to us.
Yo.
Yo.
My bad. Yeah, I'm back, man. Like I said, I don't know, man. It was just a bad night for Wilder, bruh. I mean, Ness, like, what the body language in his camp? What was the body language like in his camp? Because it didn't seem like he had that same body language. From what you were saying, like, what was it in his camp that you saw that we didn't see?
Bro, y'all keep saying that like there's something I saw that you didn't see.
I mean, you didn't you mention something that in his camp, like it was something that was a little bit off in his camp that wasn't normal? Because coming into the fight, people saying it was his leg, but it had to be more than his leg.
Bro, no clue what you talking about, but I definitely ain't say anything about something being off.
So I mean, so in his camp, is he listening to his trainers? Are they teaching him anything new? Like what's going on in this camp? Because it's like the stuff that he was doing in the ring, it just didn't look like it was up to par, man. It didn't look like it was up to par. They're not telling him anything new in his corner, It's crazy, bro. But he definitely shouldn't take that rematch, man. He shouldn't take that rematch. Probably do a tune-up go back to the drawing board, reevaluate, and just go from there, man. And definitely got to take some time out for that injury. So we'll see, but he'll be back. We still rocking with the champ. Kings fall and kings rise, yo. I'm out.
All right, all right. Thanks for calling in. Let me see here. Doubling up. Looking like we got a new caller in the 214. 214, who's this?
Yeah, this me.
Yes, sir.
Hey, first time caller, man.
What's your name, brother?
E from Philly. I live in Dallas now, but I'm from Philly.
E from Philly. What's good?
Hey, listen, man, I've been listening to you since 2015, bro. You give a lot of good energy. I appreciate what you've been doing all these years, man. But you sound a little sad today, bro. I want you to pick it up, man, because I feed off your energy, man. I used to drive a taxi cab, now I drive trucks. Man, listen, and I'm like you, Ness. I don't watch nothing but boxing, man. So this is my show, man. You know what I'm saying? Look, man, first and foremost, I want my brother to be all right because his ear was bleeding. And I know from street fighting, Oya that taught me how to fight told me, hit a dude in the ear because that knocks your balance off. And I think most people know that. Like, your ears is part of your balance, period. You know what I'm saying? So first and foremost, man, I hope you're all right because I never seen nobody ear bleeding like that. You know what I'm saying? So I hope you're all right. But my analysis, I know JD's been with him for a while, and then Mark came along. But and I didn't hear all the comments, of what I haven't listened to what Jay said yet. You know what I'm saying? But if he did, like my man said some calls ago, take it behind closed doors, man. Clean up the camp, but he gotta go get some other boxing knowledge. Because it looks like to me that JD's and Mark Breland and plateau with the knowledge that they can give D. But the one thing about D, since I've been watching him, he's a quick learner. D got into boxing late, and he learned a lot. You feel me? So all he got to do is go get the knowledge to know how to deal with a big dude who's a super heavyweight. Because that leaning on the neck thing, if any of y'all watch any of Muhammad Ali interviews from back in the day, he said that. You lean on a person's neck to get their neck weak. And then when you start cracking them, they going to go. So Freddie went and got the right plan, getting with Javon Hill, and he got the right plan, and he beat him, man. But Wilder's still my champ. That's my dude. And I ain't calling for 5 years, but when this happened, I had to call him, man. That's my man. That's my champ. He going to come back. I want him to go get the knowledge, you know what I'm saying, and come back and get them belts back and be undisputed, man. You know what I mean? Love y'all. Love what y'all doing, man. Keep it up. Thanks for taking my call.
For sure, brother. Thank you for calling in, man. We got you. Brandon, talk to us.
Hello?
Brandon, talk to us in North Carolina.
What?
Get off the speakerphone, brother.
Okay, here we go. Let me get off. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
That better?
Yes, sir.
All right. Sorry about that. I thought the car speaker was gonna be better. Hey, man, you feeling better, man? You recovered? You back? You all right? You ready to go to DR? What we gonna do?
Bro, ain't nothing wrong with this, man. He good. What y'all talking about? He over here smiling, smoking a blunt. Ain't nothing wrong with him, y'all. He good.
All right, man. The offer still stands for you guys to go, man. I got y'all, man. Come on, man. We all brothers, man. Just a fight, man. Everything good, man. But hey, man, hey, listen, man. I want everybody to have that same energy, man, you had for Joshua, man. Come on, man. Stop all this making excuses. Oh, he had a bad camp. Oh, he didn't look right. Yo, the interview right before the fight, they said, hey, Wilder, he was calm. He said, hey, man, it's business time, man. So, hey, Wilder was fine. So, hey, man, don't stop making excuses. You PBC Wilder fans, stop making excuses, man. He took a bad fight. He took a bad beating. Get back up. I don't think that he should take a rematch. I think he should come back, fight Kawanaki, fight some other cats, learn how to fight on the inside.
No, sir.
That Fury is not
that ain't what you do. That ain't the round.
That's not a good matchup. That's not a good matchup. So he gonna keep the same trainer.
What in Wilder's career? What in Wilder's words would indicate that he would go down that path? Come on, man. Y'all know Deontay better than
But
that,
why
man.
would you?
Just by his interview, just by his
But
words,
why would you do
he's a man
that?
of pride, a principle. He taking that goddamn rematch. Sorry.
Hey, why? Hey, y'all went down. That pride is what got him this bad fight. That pride went. Hey, Ness went down there and sound the horns, man. He said, "Hey, man, Fury gonna get game weight and he gonna come in there and fight in the phone. But what y'all gonna do? What they say? Oh man, he ain't nobody worried about no Fury, man. Ain't nobody worried about that, man. Ness, you talking crazy, man. You talking crazy, man. Hey, get out of here with all that. Hey, my man Ness tried to warn everybody, man. I'm telling y'all. I saw it on. It's on video, man. I'm gonna pull the video back up, man. I'm gonna send it to somebody. Somebody they need to send that video to somebody, man. Hey, but listen, it was a good fight. I hope Wilder's okay. I'm not a Wilder fan in boxing, but I'm a man. I hope he's all right. I'm praying for him and his family, and I hope he comes back and recover. But that rematch does not make any sense, man. He's all wrong. 270 is all wrong for him, man. That not with the same trainer. Not with the same trainer. It's all wrong. It's all wrong for him. Now, the Andy Ruiz thing, that was a bad fight for Joshua, and I didn't think he should fight Ruiz because he's just all wrong. Some styles make fights. Some fights are just not right. Some fights is not right for you. And unless he checks, so now we're gonna see Wilder on his feet. Now he gonna start bouncing around now. That what's gonna happen? Because that stand up with looking for one shot is not gonna work with Fury. That's all wrong for Fury. It's not gonna work. But that's my call, guys, man. I love y'all, man. Like I said, man, come to DR, man. I got your rooms, man. Come on, man. Let's do this.
All right. I'm gonna have to call Brandon off air, man. Let me find out he living in DR over there. Boomerang Troy.
Said he got something.
Yes, sir. No, I'm talking on the phone. I think he should take. I think it should come back in 7 months and take that rematch with Fury, and he'll be the stand-up champ, just like Joshua did. Joshua came back in 6 months and won his title. Wilder's injured, so he could come back in 8 months after he heals up and go straight into the fight with Fury, and prove he's the best in the world, and prove he's the champion that he always said he was. There's no need to make excuses for the man. If he's as good as he said he was, and he's better than Ali, he's better than Tyson, here's your chance to make history and prove it. So just do it. Ain't no need for no excuses. I don't want to hear about no bad camp and no that, because I didn't hear that from Joshua. I didn't hear anything like that from Joshua. So, here's his chance now to make history. And it all boils down to character. Y'all have a good night.
All right, Troy.
All right, Troy. Thanks for calling in, champ. Thanks for calling in. Who we got up? We got a new caller in the 414-394. Who's this?
Hello?
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah.
What's your name and where you calling from, homie?
I'm calling from Milwaukee, man.
Milwaukee, what
Wisconsin. I'm Terrence, man. I'm happy y'all pick up my phone call, man. I listen to y'all all the time, man. I'm a 10 seconds. Yes, I feel your pain, brother. And Mike, I'm with you, homie. I think you need to really go ahead and take that rematch and just see how it go from there. I feel like he didn't do a lot of head movement, like he was real stiff. I think he need to really get back on his toes and try to get some inside game. Shouts out to y'all boys with y'all work that y'all doing, and I really appreciate y'all picking up the phone for me. That's my call, man.
All right, brother. Well, thank you for calling in. Let me see here. We got Dominic says he didn't get his call. What up, Dom?
Yeah, I'm gonna say he definitely didn't get his call because remember you went to Dominic, but you said dumb, but you played Super Max music.
It was good. Shout out to Ness and Mike for coming back on this shit multiple times one day after the shit that happened yesterday. Man, this shit's crazy, man. Congrats to who's that? Dang. Shout out to Anthony Joshua too. I seen on Instagram he posted that both were gladiators pictures. He put gladiator on each picture. Tyson Fury just came in with a game plan, that I don't think Deontay Wilder took very much serious. I watched Ness tell him about it at camp. I think that, Wilder himself needs to sit down with some people who give really respectful, constructive criticism. And maybe they need to start worrying about that type of style. Because that is the style that I was worried about. And I just think he just needs to do what he got to do and also change it up, He looked really, really stiff. Like if you ever sit down for really long and you start walking around, he just looks like his joints weren't there. He looks like his legs weren't there. In the first round, the end of the first round, he looked like he wasn't, there. He was winded. He just looked like he was tired. Something was off. But I still give props out to when props are needed. And I still think he got a dog, and he needs to figure out how to bring that dog out. I would love to see him train with Floyd Mayweather Sr. I would love to see him train with maybe Lennox Lewis. Bring someone in the camp, not get rid of the camp. But I also would like to see his cornermen get a little bit more active. Don't sit there and you're not there just to get paid. You're there to do your job. And I would love to see Deontay Wilder keep on coming at it, man. No one really is done for. You got to learn shit to be better in life. And that's my call.
All right, Don. Thanks for calling in, homie. I think we should, try to get some trainers on the show next week, get their opinion, and see if the things that they would have did different or what they feel like, could it been done, or was it just a great game plan by Fury?
Shy Money XL, what up? Shy Money going once, twice. All right, and that's GTO, Instagram, and Twitter. Want to thank everyone for tuning in. Catch us tomorrow morning on the morning show. We will be back with another one. You already know.
Yes. Follow me on IG at Gross1911 or on Twitter at Gross2312. I believe Thursday we got Fernando Vargas and Ron Osley, or I forgot his first name, but Mr. Osley on the show. So be on the lookout for those interviews, and I'm sure we'll get more as the week progresses. But big ups to everybody out there in the chat. Big ups to the Gypsy King, Tyson Fury, man. Did your thing last night. Big ups to the King of Wakanda, Deontay Wilder, man. You displayed the heart of a champion last night. Did not want to quit, but sometimes, we all got to be saved from ourselves sometimes. So I don't have any quarrels with Mark Breland. I don't have any quarrels with anybody in the corner, man. It's time to go back to the drawing board, and it's time to refine some things and find out, is it repeat or is it revenge? Till next time.
Peace.